I'm live on my end, so he gets a where we can add that.
Mic check 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3. 1 2 3 4. Hello, people. This is the JV game, O'Gorman and Watertown. Crowd mic is working. Mic check 1 2 3 4. Mic check 1 2 3 4. 1 2 1 2. Buckle my shoe.
Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors?
I don't think you have any too hard girls to pronounce. Welcome back to the Guarantee Rules to pronounce. Welcome.
might as well as Danny. Danny was an OG. He's an old woman. Maybe 09, 08, I'm not. And like O'Gorman fans, Kelly will sit on this side. A lot of the opposing team will sit on that side. I am. Well, it kind of stinks of a basketball game. That 2 games are the same day, so it's kind of like I'm just going to get it and get it over with. So I think Mark did some of the email for the I haven't looked at it yet. I'm guessing the agenda or something. Father Hager, put up that cross over the box. Yes. For at least a couple of years. You really take that hat off. You sleep with it on.
Okay, so it actually doesn't look so bad. It's just, it looks really bad when I first take the hat off. Because all the hair is down. And so I need a mirror, like, the hat doesn't come off.
So why did you cut in the first place? You just bored?
You know the show, have you seen New Girl?
I've heard of it, I haven't seen it.
Okay, I was watching that, and everybody on the show and so I was watching it, and I'm like, oh, really cool. I want to I should get bangs, and I couldn't get it off my mind, and I don't have patience. So I just went into the bathroom and cut it, and then I looked bad. Not terrible, but it was very odd. At that point, it could have been saved, but I decided to try to fix it, and I completely destroyed it. Like, it made
Mic check 1 2 3 4 1 2. So you can see there's our audio levels right there. 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. So you generally want to stay below that 0. And like the crowd mic.
Wait, so does the video have stream? Sound?
Yes.
So do they hear it?
No, I turned that off.
I changed this up a little bit, so
Yeah, I can follow. I'll
okay.
follow.
I just so you know that's
Did
where
you like my Vikings burn in there?
I got
Did you
that
like
in
that?
I got that in there.
Okay. I did that just for you, Dan. Okay, let's.
You want me to interview you pre-game on Facebook Live? Not for the series.
You can take pictures of me and Dan in action.
Who's Ashley?
I said me and Dan in action. No. Well, Ashley's Kelsey's sister. She should like take a picture and be like, send it to our group text and be like, I think this is basketball.
Is this what hockey looks like?
Yeah.
Honestly, this is kind of the best way to watch my first basketball game because I don't really understand the game. Like, I know that you're supposed to get hoops, but I don't know all the ins and outs, so you really get to read.
I'll teach you something. Start on the air soon so you can just listen in. Do you want to put your headsets on so I can get a... Mic check 1 2 3 4 1 2 1 2.
Excuse me, check 1 2 3. Boy, not a very big crowd tonight from Watertown.
Maybe a slow arriving Watertown. We are only at 6:24, so all right, we're good. We'll turn that off. All right, Dan, I'll 30 seconds probably get us going. So to get us on the air.
You're listening to a special presentation from the Real Presence Radio Network. On Real Presence Radio, welcome to the Night's Game Day Show, sponsored by Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal.
And welcome to Sioux Falls O'Gorman High School in Sioux Falls, South Dakota for the AA girls basketball matchup between the Watertown Arrows and the home team, the number 3 ranked Sioux Falls O'Gorman Lady Knights. Hi, I'm Dan Johnson, Real Presence Radio, along with my partner Brett Byler tonight, who will have the call of the game. And Isaac is off tonight. And the boys, by the way, our boys are playing up in Watertown, so we're going to have updates from that game as well throughout the girls' game tonight. So let me bring in my partner tonight, the one and only, as one female called him Blue Eyes, is Brett Byler, and he's going to have the call for the game tonight. So, Brett, how are you tonight?
I'm doing well, Dan, on this Friday night, trying to stay warm. But the good news is it looks like the temperature will be warmer enough for us. So next week should be a good week for that. But I'm ready to see this O'Gorman girls team, Dan, because me and you have not seen them in person in 3 weeks.
Well, actually, it's been 21 days. So let's talk about the girls' game. On paper, looks like a really great matchup with the Watertown Arrows. They come into Sioux Falls tonight 5-0 in the season, and Lady Knights are 3-1. Both of these two teams have won their ball games in opposite ways. The Lady Knights have won the last 3 games by an average of, get this, 33 points a game. The Arrows have won 4 of their 5 games by 8 points or less. So, Brett, the last time we saw the Lady Knights was, like we said, 3 weeks ago tonight, 21 days. That was last year.
That was 2021.
So, heck, even the Vikings still had a chance to make the playoffs then, didn't they, Brett?
They sure did.
So we look forward to that. So Brett, are you ready to see what Coach Coldwood has ready tonight for the Knights against the Watertown Arrows?
I am, Dan. I definitely am, and I think this is a kind of a good test before the Washington game Monday night. Because in past years, Dan, you look at Watertown, they're a team that might win 3 or 4 games a year, and this might be what you would call as a look-ahead game, or you're kind of maybe not as focused as you're looking at the Monday night. Now with Watertown at 5-0, I think they'll have O'Gorman's full attention tonight.
Okay, so we're going to call this. You got a 2-headed monster. You got Ronzik and Abdush. Here you have with the Gorman Knights. How are they going to defend them 2 gals?
Yeah, you got a South Dakota State commit, and you got a Colorado State commit.
What'd you say?
I said that team. Well, South Dakota State, are they up north, or what's the direction they are?
They're up north.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Well, that's the million-dollar question for Watertown, Dan, is these 2 girls are averaging 35 points a game between them. They are very efficient. They make 6 threes combined a game, and what they do really well is they're good on the defensive end, too. They're getting about 6 steals between them as well. So it's just going to be tough, I think, for Watertown tonight to match up with these 2 girls. I think the main thing for them is make them work for their points. You're not going to shut them out, but if you can say give them 15 points on 15 shots, that's better than say 15 points on 5 shots type of thing.
So you talked about 2 big games. You got tonight and again Monday night. We've got Watertown here tonight, and Monday night we have a doubleheader at Sioux Falls, Washington.
We do, and that will be a big game. Dan, remember that was the semifinal game of the state tournament last year, where we lost to Washington by 6 points, and that game could have took us to the state title game, and that was so much back and forth. They came in here in January and beat us, and then we almost beat them at Washington. So obviously a few different girls will be playing, but that's kind of a game I think both teams would have circled on the calendar. So that's going to be a really fun one, Dan. I think if O'Gorman's girls can beat these next 2 teams, say Watertown and Washington, they have a combined 9-0 record. I think confidence-wise for these girls, that'll be big for them, having 2 big wins against teams that are undefeated. Compared to right now, we lost to Brandon Valley. They're 5-1. The teams that we've beat are only about 4-10. So we really haven't beat anyone that great, but we have to play who's on our schedule. So for these girls, tonight and Monday night, we could be looking Tuesday at 2 wins. That'd be a huge confidence boost.
Well, it's going into January after the break now, going into the stretch. The heat, the heart of the season's coming up here.
Right.
And they have, 13, 14 games in January, another 13, 14 in February. So we're going to get right into the heat of the season here, and what a perfect timing to start after the Christmas break with a couple big wins. So let's talk about the Watertown Arrow tonight, the opponents for the Lady Knights, Brett.
Yes, Watertown Arrows team, and we didn't see them play in person last year. We had the boys game against Watertown here, so the last time we've actually seen them was 2 years ago. But this is a different Watertown team, Dan, than the one we're used to covering in our 8 years covering O'Gorman. They're 5-0 in the young season. They won Tuesday night against number 2 Brandon Valley up in Watertown, 43-35. They were down by 3 with about 3 minutes left. They closed the game on a 15-4 run.
But Brandon Valley had 2 players. They're 2 of their starters out. That's a big difference.
Yeah, well, in Barron's, their best player was out, and then I also had Tessa Bowar, who's a starter, out. So that's about 25 points they were missing in that ball game. So Watertown, Dan, they have 2 really good scores you got to keep an eye on. One's number 35, Kendall Paulson, a 5'7 junior guard. And the other is number 12, Jada Young, a 5'6 junior guard. Paulson's averaging 17. Young is averaging 16. So they're averaging 33 of their 46 points for those 2 girls. So Number 12 and number 35 are their two scorers you kind of got to focus on. They're terrific defensively. They've only averaged 46 points a game, and you're undefeated, but they're only allowing 39 points a game. They're very perimeter-oriented. If you look at their roster, their tallest girl is 5'8", which I don't think I've ever seen in our 8 years on AA girls basketball, with the 5'8" being your tallest girl. They're very scrappy, Dan. They play a lot bigger than their size. They're very physical and disruptive. And this will be their first road game, actually, since December 10th when they opened the season at Brookings. So they played all their last 4 games at the Civic Arena.
Okay, you mentioned their height. They have 3 girls, 5'11", nobody taller. Okay, how does O'Gorman take advantage of that? And we have the height. Watertown doesn't. But
yes.
Again, you just mentioned, and I'll 100% agree with you. They're scrappy. They're fast. They go after it. So how are we going to defend that?
Well, first off, on the offensive end, we need to get some dribble penetration, because you're probably just not going to throw the ball in and do post plays every time. You got to run your offense, and you got to penetrate them. On offense, especially your big girls, your Friedmans, your Rileys, you got to keep the ball up high. So if you're taking the ball and you're bringing it down, you're bringing it right down to those guards. So keep the ball high, down low, be strong with it, and then get the offensive rebounds. I think the offensive rebounds tonight is going to be something that we can take a big advantage of them, Dan.
Okay, Gorman forced 35 turnovers against Brookings Tuesday night. They utilize different presses throughout the game. Okay, is Gorman going to try to press here Watertown tonight?
I think they will, but I think we'll see it more in the half-court variety, Dan. I don't think we're going to see like a full-court press, but maybe a three-quarters court, half-court, 2-1-2 diamond press, kind of to maybe speed up Watertown a little bit, making them go a little bit faster than they want to. Watertown's very disciplined, so they might use up 30 seconds per possession of the shot clock. They're not going to rush it unless they don't have to.
They're not going to force it.
So they're going to maybe try to shorten the game up like Brookings tried back with Lynn Frederick a few years ago. Remember that 30 to 35 game, how slow paced that was? So they don't score a lot. So I think a game in the 50s or 60s favors O'Gorman, but Watertown likes to play in the 40s. So if we go to the fourth quarter, Dan, and say it's low 30s, that favors Watertown.
Yep.
So we look at the last meeting up in Watertown at the Civic Arena. O'Gorman won on January 9th, 2021, 67-38. Watertown got out to a 10-2 lead in the first quarter. O'Gorman went on a 20-0 run to end the first half. Hannah Rutsick had 14, Bergen had 13, and Reagan had 11 last year. Watertown had 20 turnovers in that ball game last season. This is the 58th meeting. O'Gorman leads the series 36-21.
So let's look at the games going across the state tonight on the scoreboard. In girls AA, you have Yankton at Mitchell. Rapid City Stevens is across town here at Sioux Falls. Roosevelt, they're in town. Central is at Jefferson, so they're here this weekend. And Brookings is at number 2 Brandon Valley. AA boys, we mentioned earlier, the Knights boys are up in Watertown playing them at 7 o'clock. We'll have updates throughout that game as that progresses. 7:30 tip-off. The Gazelles of Yankton are at Mitchell. Stevens is at Roosevelt, and Central is at Jefferson. Doubleheaders there. So that's what's going on across the state tonight that we're looking at. So,
all right, thanks, Dan. A couple JVs. O'Gorman JV girls won, and then the sophomore girls just won 59-9. So coming up after the break, I got a chance to talk to veteran coach for the Watertown Arrows, Pat McClemens, to find out what the Arrows need to do tonight to stay undefeated. And that interview is coming up next after the break. This is O'Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Is there an event that you would like announced right here on the RPR network? Please email the details at least 2 weeks in advance to heather@realpresenceradio.com. That's HEATHER @realpresenceradio.com. We can help spread the word about what's happening at your parish and in your diocese. Again, that email address is heather@realpresenceradio.com.
Here at Catholic Family Services, we believe counseling is for everyone. Catholic Family Services is here to help whether you are navigating a life transition, such as going to college or changing career paths, wanting to improve your communication skills, making plans for your future family, or wanting to understand mental health. If you would like more information or to set up an appointment with one of our trained professionals, call Catholic Family Services at 605-988-3775.
Back to the Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal Knights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by Watertown girls coach Pat McClemens. Coach, your girls defeated number 2 Brandon Valley on Tuesday night up in Watertown. You trailed 31-28 in that ballgame with a little bit over 3 minutes left, Coach. And then your girls went on a 15-4 run to kind of put the game away. What were some things that your girls did well in that final 3-minute stretch to get a win over Brandon Valley?
Well, I think for us, it's kind of twofold, and everybody probably needs to know this too. I mean, Brandon Valley was missing a couple players or a couple starters that game because they were sick, and two very, very good players. So, I mean, for us to make a run, obviously at the end, we hit a couple shots, and then we made free throws down the stretch. I mean, the last 30 or 40 seconds of the game, we go 6 of 6 from the line. And, I mean, we're a team that, has had good fortune early here from the standpoint of we've won a lot of close games. And because of who we've played probably early, we've been able to gain some confidence. And so with the Brandon Valley game, we were fortunate, obviously, that a couple kids were out sick, but also we had to make some plays at the end in order to get the win. It's still against a very good Brandon Valley team.
Coach, through the first 5 games, your defense is only allowing 39 points per game. Why has the defense so far this season in 5 games been so successful?
Well, I think for us, you're going to see when you look at the roster, when you see we just don't have any size. And so, our deal is we know that we need to be really good defensively, and we need to rebound extremely well. And those are both things that are going to be tested extremely a lot tonight against a very big and athletic O'Gorman team. But we've been good defensively. We take a lot of pride in that. We think that because we're good defensively, we hope to be able to stay in some games. And if we can do that and make a few threes here and there, it gives us an opportunity to win games.
Now tonight, Coach, you have Sioux Falls, O'Gorman, a team obviously a lot taller, near, long, athletic team. On your offensive end against, say, the Knights defense tonight, what will be some keys to success for your team? I know the Knights defense creates a lot of turnovers, so I'm guessing limiting those turnovers into fast break points has to be a point of emphasis.
It is. Taking care of the basketball, obviously, but they're, even the press, whether it's the 2-2-1 or the diamond that they're going to throw at you, they're going to get some turnovers. But I think what probably concerns me more is in the half court, because that zone gets so spread out, and they're with Abdush and Ronsick up top, and the two wings in Riley and Merritt, they're just so long and they're active and they take chances and get in passing lanes, and that's probably the thing that impresses me most is they get so many points in transition. Off of a steal or off of a rebound, those guards are releasing, and so we've got to try to make some shots. And again, it kind of goes back to a double-edged sword. With their length, that zone gets really wide, and so you're going to end up taking a lot of threes because we're not big enough to really get anything done inside. So we're going to have to shoot it really well and hope that we take care of the ball well enough that we're not turning it over and giving them easy baskets.
What kind of tempo, Coach, favors your team, say, against O'Gorman tonight?
Well, I'd like to tell you that we want to come out and play fast because we need to, because in the half court, it's going to be tough for us to score. But when you say that, it gets real dangerous because obviously that's the way they want to play. I mean, when you have two guards like they have, they thrive in that situation. And so it's kind of scary. And again, I think we're both early in the season in regards to what we want to do or any changes that we'd like to make. So I don't want to tell our girls we're going to change a whole lot from what we've done the first 5. So we're going to come out and we're going to be a man-to-man team, and that's what we're going to do, and we're going to try to guard you in the half court and in the full court and see if we can get some easy baskets somewhere.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
You bet. Thank you.
And that was Watertown girls coach Pat McClemens. I want to thank Coach McClemens for his time. Coming up after the break, we're going to hear from O'Gorman girls coach Kent Colesrud. That interview is next on the Knights Game Day Show.
This is Mark Konzemius, president of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The end-of-life planning workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. We have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, we can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com. Welcome back to the Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal Nights Game Day Show. I'm now joined by O'Gorman girls coach Kent Colesrud. Coach, your girls won their third straight game on Tuesday night, 72-33 at Brookings. Your girls hadn't played a game since December 17th, so you had a little bit of a layoff there over Christmas and New Year's. How would you assess your team's energy level, Coach, coming out of the gates, and just your execution in the first part of the ball game?
Yeah, it was good, Brett. Not playing for that long, you don't know what you're going to get. A lot of kids worked really hard over Christmas break. We did go through some sickness, some illness type of thing that probably everybody's going through. I thought we came out of the gate very energized. I thought we had good enthusiasm. I thought we executed pretty good. We didn't shoot it very good the first 4 or 5 minutes, but we weren't terribly concerned because we thought we were doing good things. Once we started to knock in some shots, we were able to get into our full court pressure, which gave Brookings some trouble, forced a lot of different turnovers. That kind of opened things up for us a little bit. Pleased the way the kids came out. It just took us a little bit to get control of the game by missing some good shots.
Coach, is there any areas of improvement you're kind of working on in a couple of days of practice leading up to the Watertown game tonight from the Brookings game?
It's continuing to look at cleaning things up. We thought we played a really good game defensively. Our pressure gave them a lot of trouble. Still some defensive shuffles, defensive slides we need to do a little bit better job of. Play a little cleaner in transition. We had a couple turnovers in transition, and just continuing to work on our execution and finishing in our half-court offense. Saw a lot of good things for not playing in 16 games, and certainly a lot of things we can build off of, and know we're going to have to be really good against a good Watertown team tonight.
Coach, and you do have a challenge tonight. As you mentioned, Watertown, a good team that you're 5-0 on the young season. When you see this Watertown team on tape so far this year, what stands out to you about them?
Yeah, they're not real big, Brett, but they're very scrappy. They play really hard. They have good skill kids. They shoot the basketball pretty well from the perimeter, a number of different kids. Defend and rebounds probably where they hang their hat. They're holding teams to, I think, 38, 39 points per game. That's pretty impressive at the level we play. So they're going to get after you. They're going to be physical. They're going to be aggressive. They're going to do some things in the full court. They're going to do a little bit of running, jumping, but they're really a disruptive type of team. Now with a lot of size, but when the basketball does go into the post or goes into the paint, they do a really nice job of collapsing and double teaming, squeezing, and making you do something different. They do a good job of taking you out of stuff that you want to do. So it's going to be really important out of the gate that we match or exceed their energy, their enthusiasm level, physicality of the game, and we kind of figure out, what's going to be allowed, what's not going to be allowed, and our gym, we need to try to dictate the action early on in the game.
On our offensive end, Coach, what are going to be some keys, and you might have already alluded to a little bit, against the defense, like you said, only allowing 39 points a game through 5 ball games?
Yeah, we need to be able to execute our sets. We run a lot of quick hitters, a lot of specials. We can't let them take us out of those plays. We've got to be able to get some quality shots there. We certainly have a size advantage, so we need to do a good job of getting the basketball into the paint. Doesn't mean we necessarily have to score there. If they're going to double or triple team that, then we have people open from the perimeter to shoot 3-point shots. But I think it's got to start with us attacking the paint off of dribble penetration, off of cutters, off of paint touches, post touches, and then we can play off of that.
On their offensive end, coaches, do they have any girls that we need to really pay specific attention to, or they just kind of got a balanced squad throughout?
Yeah, fairly balanced. The young girl, Paulson girl, good players. One averaging 17, the other averaging 16. Rhodey girl, returning starter. So 3 kids that put up really good numbers through the first 5 games. So kids we're going to be concerned about, we're going to try to find. Just a really solid team. Couple younger kids that come off the bench that can shoot it. So like I said, they have good skills. They play really hard. They're a disciplined team. They're well coached. They're playing really aggressive. I'm sure they're going to come down here really confident, feeling good about the start that they had. So it's going to be really important that we match all those things energy-wise, enthusiasm-wise, execution-wise, and we got a really good basketball team too. We just need to continue to get better every single day, and if we come out and play night basketball, I think it'll be a good night for us.
Thanks so much, Coach. Good luck tonight.
Thanks, Brett.
I'd like to thank Coach Colesrud for his time. Now, Brett, key to victory. What do the Knights have to do to take out the Watertown Arrows tonight to get their undefeated season out of the way?
All right, Dan, we got to play with energy from the start of the ball game. Watertown's a feisty team. Got to play really hard. Need to match the energy on our home court. Control the paint. Rebounding. Watertown's tallest player is 5'8". Dan, got to win the rebounding. We're plus 4.5 on the year. We got to limit our turnovers. We're averaging 14.5 turnovers per game, at least 10 in every game. So we got to get that number lower. keep getting to the free throw line. We're getting there about 21 times a game. We had 33 attempts at Brookings compared to the Bobcats 6. Pressure Watertown's ball handlers and create turnovers. We're forcing 21 turnovers a game. Brookings had 35 turnovers Tuesday night. Watertown had 20 versus us last year.
Okay, great. So the key to victory of the Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights has been brought to you by Closets and More, a locally owned company providing custom design closets and storage solution. Closets and More can be reached by calling 605-334-5135, online at closetsandmoresd.com. And I tell you what, it's nice to hear the band back here, boys, because
Yes.
I love this. It's nice to have the band. So now, pick to click. Brett, who's your player tonight, you think?
My player is Bergen Riley. I think she'll have a big game. She had 13 points last year against the Arrows. Her height, her athleticism. I think I'm going Bergen tonight.
I'm going with the 5'11 senior Hannah Friedman because they're going to be keying on Hannah Ronzik and Molly. And I think they're going to be keying on them. And so Hannah being 5'11, their tallest 5'7, she can jump out of the arena here. So, you know, then inside, they're going to get the ball to her, and I think going to have a heck of a game tonight. So.
And the girl at watchstand for Watertown is Kendall Paulson, number 35 of 5'7 junior guard, averaging 17 points a game at a team high, 16 points against Brandon Valley Tuesday night. So the night's game day show has been brought to you by Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal is established in Sioux Falls in 1981, has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. For more information, they can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
Coming up next on the night's tip-off show, we'll have the pre-spread, the starting lineups, both teams, our final thoughts. Stay with us. You're listening to Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Need repairs on gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors? Sioux Equipment Company can help. They serve Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company also offers services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment. Sioux Equipment Company at 605-334-1653 is a supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
J&J Caseworks and Closets and More is a proud sponsor of the O'Gorman Knights. Following the same rich, winning tradition, family, and Christian values, J&J Caseworks strives to create a work environment to call home. Family owned and operated, J&J Caseworks has several full-time positions available. Our team members pursue career goals, learn new skills, and get the recognition they deserve. To set up an appointment, J&J Caseworks can be reached at 605-332-0805 or email jobs@jmjcaseworks.com. Go Knights!
On the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights Basketball is on the air. Brought to you by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, Sioux Equipment Company, Closets and More and JMJ Caseworks, the BB Agency Knights of Columbus Insurance, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, and Barnett Lewis Funeral Home.
Tip-off to tonight's game is just moments away. With all the exciting action of O'Gorman Knights basketball, let's go to the gym.
And welcome back to O'Gorman High School. And let's get ready. Before we start any event, let's have our prayer. Father.
Hello, this is Father Chuck Simple of Holy Spirit Parish here in Sioux Falls. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit, amen. Father in heaven, we ask your blessings upon the athletes participating in this upcoming sporting event. Give each one of them the courage to play this game in a manner by which their words and actions are pleasing to you. Let them enter into this competition in a spirit of sportsmanship and with respect for each athlete that is participating in this event. Bless, O Lord, the athletes, the coaches, officials, and parents. Keep all under the protection of your Son, Jesus Christ, and help all to be aware of his presence with us in this game. We ask this through Christ our Lord. Amen.
And I'd like to thank Father Chuck Simple, and he is the pastor at Holy Spirit here in Sioux Falls, and he was a teacher back here at O'Gorman years ago, an icon in the Diocese of Sioux Falls. So here's our starting lineups, recorded by themselves. Enjoy.
Molly Abduce, number 15, 5'7", sophomore guard.
Kira Mentley, number 24, 6'1", junior, forward.
Hannah Friedman, number 33, 5'11", senior, forward.
Bergen Riley, number 25, 6'1", junior, forward.
Hannah Ronsick, number 30, 5'11", senior guard.
All right, that was the starting lineups for the O'Gorman girls. We're now going to go to PA announcer Rick Lynch, who will do a senior prayer and then the national anthem.
We surrender our plans for the future and the pain of our past. Please grant us strength to give ourselves in the service of others. Mary Queen of Victory, pray for us. Now, please remain standing. Again, if you have, remove your hat, face the flag, place your right hand over your heart, and sing along as the O'Gorman Pep Band, under the direction of Mr. Bidco, plays our national anthem. All veterans and non-uniform military personnel may salute the flag.
All right, great job by the O'Gorman Pep Band under the direction of Ben Koch. And you just heard the O'Gorman girls starters. Now it's time for the Watertown girls starters. They're going to start Maddie Rohde, number 4, a 5'6" junior guard. Number 10 is Kayla Volkin, a 5'5" senior guard. Number 12 is Jada Young, 5'6" senior guard. Number 35, Kendall Paulson, a 5'7" junior guard. And number 52, Grace Ortmeyer, 5'7" junior forward. The Knights are coached by Kent Colsrud in his 24th season, while the Arrows are coached by Pat McClemens in his 12th season. He was there from 2004 to 2014, won state titles in 2007 and 2009 with the Arrows. So he's back last year and this year to coach the Watertown Arrows.
So don't go away. We're going to have tip-off when we come back after this commercial break. You're listening to Real Presence Radio.
Early in his time as the new bishop of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, Bishop Donald DeGrood sensed in prayer the vision that the Lord has for the diocese in our time: lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. That is, for each and every Catholic in eastern South Dakota to receive God's love, to be in personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and to share that love with others. Find out more at sfcatholic.org/vision and discover the exciting and beautiful part you have to play in God's plan.
Hi, this is Brett Byler, Area Account Executive with Real Presence Radio. Did you know the signal of Real Presence Radio reaches an audience of over 2.4 million people across North Dakota, Minnesota, South Dakota, Wisconsin, and Wyoming? Have you ever thought about running radio spots on the RPR network? We want to partner with you to help gain exposure for your business in front of a very faithful customer base. To find out more about the options, please call me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Hey, welcome back here. We got a little bit of time here before we have the tip-off. It's elementary, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools elementary night. We have a lot of the young boys and girls from the different elementary schools across Sioux Falls here tonight, Brett. And the band's here. About 3/4 full here on the O'Gorman side. What a great crowd. And the boys are playing up in Watertown. So like we said earlier, Isaac will give us updates on that, how the boys are doing up there. And with his brother being a senior, I don't blame him.
Yeah,
I'd go watch my brother. You know, him being a heck of an athlete. You know, man, you don't want to miss a game there. So it's scheduling. It's hard to do which game you're going to do and everything. So it's so much easier to do a home game than travel.
Yeah,
So-
and it's nice hearing the band. I'm a little biased, Dan. My mom's a band teacher at Laurel in Coleridge, Nebraska. So hearing the band, I played in the band from 4th grade to senior year in high school, so that's always fun for me.
So it gets you into spirit and stuff. So we get ready for tip-off for tonight's game here from Sioux Falls. It's the undefeated Watertown Arrows versus the O'Gorman Knights here. And here's the call of the game. Here's Brett Byler.
All right, thanks, Dan Johnson. The girls are on the court right now. If you're watching on YouTube, Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls YouTube page, Watertown girls in the purple tops with yellow letters, purple shorts. Knights in the white home tops and white home shorts. It's Bergen Riley and Kendall Paulson. And Bergen, the Nebraska volleyball commit, wins that jump pretty easily.
Did she even jump?
Barely.
Barely.
She probably could have just stood there, Dan, and got it. So the Knights around the horn, Watertown in a man-to-man defense. They kind of trapped that time, and I think Vulcan was a little bit lost. Now there's a steal by Jada Young. Nice steal by her against Ronsick. She is blocked at the rim.
Watertown ball.
Washington Monday night, Dan. Don't jump ahead of yourself.
Yeah, I know. That's it.
So Jada Young with a nice steal that time, but then she was rejected on the left-handed layup attempt by Hannah.
Hannah didn't want to foul her either. She stayed back.
So here's Vulcan up top with Rhodey, Ortmeyer. So they kind of have a 3 out, 2 in, high post and baseline runner. That's almost a turnover. Good play by Vulcan to get it back. Ortmeyer going to the baseline. Young is rejected by Bergen Riley.
O'Gorman ball.
That's those long arms of Bergen. 6'1", probably about 6'9" wingspan with those arms.
It's big.
And
big wingspan.
And great leaping ability, too. So Watertown, Dan, has only 8 on the shot clock, so they got to hurry. 6, 5. Corner 3 ball is up by Paulson. Short. Rebound by Hannah Ronsick, and I think Jada Young will get a foul, and she will.
They're scrappy. Like Coach talked about that in his pregame show. Watertown is they go right after the ball there because they took it away from Hannah down there. They're not afraid to go after the ball.
Well, if you're 5-0 and your tallest girl is 5'8" in AA varsity basketball, you have to be pretty scrappy, pretty physical, and they are, and play bigger than your size. So Knights have to be strong with the basketball. They had a turnover on their opening possession. Here's Molly Abdouche for 3, short. Rhodey fighting for it. Saves it before going out of bounds. Here comes Jada Young. They're going to run. Vulcan could have shot it, did not. Down low is Jada, and she is tripped up by one of the Hannahs. I don't know which
Friedman.
one.
I believe it's Friedman. Oh, they give it to Ronsick.
So Hannah Ronsick, her first team foul. Got to stay out of foul trouble, Hannah. Here is Watertown getting the ball inbounds. Maddie Rhodey to the baseline. That ball is kicked. Stays with Watertown.
Young's going to bring it in for the Arrows.
So Jada Young averaging about 16 points a game. She's a girl you got to watch, number 12. The other one's number 35, Kendall Paulson, who's kind of doing the baseline running right now, averaging 17. That's a miss by Rhodey. Here comes Kira Mentley, the junior, with the rebound up to Molly Abdouche. Molly going to put the speed on, and she traveled.
Another turnover for the Knights here. What about 2 or 3 here?
Yeah, a couple already.
In the first 2 minutes?
It's not good if you have more turnovers than points. Both these teams do. Neither team scored right now. It's 0-0, 6-12 left in the first quarter. Knights doing that little 2-2-1 press. Good job by Ortmeyer getting across over to Jada Young. Watertown's a pretty disciplined offense. They're not really going to force quick shots if they don't have them. So they're going to make you, Dan, play defense for about the full shot clock if they can. Here is Young, loose ball, jump ball.
Jump.
The ref waited a little while that time to call the jump. Kind of like that.
They were wrestling there, but I was like,
a little scrum.
2 points for a takedown.
So Watertown gains possession, but now only 9 in the shot clock. So twice here in the first 2.5 minutes, the shot clock, Dan, has been down to 5 for Watertown. Jada Young with a scoop shot is missed.
Nice rebound by Friedman.
Really good move. I think she was anticipating maybe getting a block, so not a great attempt on the shot. I think that size of O'Gorman has thrown Watertown off a little bit. is you can't simulate 3 girls above 5'11" in practice since they're only 5'8" or smaller. Here is Bergen down low, guard by Rhodey. Back out to Hannah for 3. Looks good, short. Loose ball, another jump ball.
Be a Gorman ball here, Bet. Okay, in comes in Lucy Moore, number 11, the first sub, and to come in for Hannah Friedman for the Knights.
Arrows bring in Faulkner, number 12, Miranda Faulkner, a 5'6" sophomore, and we'll get the other one. Number 24 is Jade Lund, 5'7" sophomore. This Arrow team is pretty young, too. Only, I think, 3 or 4 seniors on their varsity roster. Here is Hannah Ronstick all the way to the 10 and makes it.
3 minutes before we scored.
So now the Knights can put on that press when they finally made a basket. But Watertown breaks it. Good pass down low. Paulson layup is missed. Kira with it. Track meet style game. Ronstick in front of the pack. Scoop shot is good. So a layup missed on the one end by Paulson leads to a layup by Ronstick on the other end.
That was great transition there, coming down, filling the lanes.
And that's what happens a lot, too. If you miss something like a layup on one end, you get the run out on the other and the advantage. Here is Lund with it. Over to Faulkner. Excuse me, that's Jada Young.
Down to 10.
Another 3 this time is off by Lund. Rebound by Lucy Moore. The sophomore Lucy going to push it. She traveled. Yep.
She didn't want to do the over and back, and she kind of hesitated, didn't she, Brett?
She did. You get caught up in the air, and you don't really know what to do. You're like in no woman's land.
She knew she was right past the center court and didn't want that over and back.
So if any Watertown people are viewing the stream right now, the Watertown assistant coach, Chad Rhodey, is Maddie, his daughter. And actually, the story of Chad is he was a volunteer at Newcastle where I went to high school my freshman year and helped coach me in track. So I'm kind of familiar. I don't know if he'll remember me back from, say, 2003 high school track, but I do know Chad Rhodey a little bit. So there's a little history lesson there. So Watertown will have 25 seconds on the shot clock. They're still, Dan, looking for their first points of the game.
And we're under 4 minutes here in the first quarter.
Halfway point. Ortmeyer looking for a cutter. We got a new arrow, which I'll get to her in a second in the game. Jump ball. This is the third jump ball. Stays with Watertown. So that's Emery Thury, a 5'6" freshman guard. Number 5 is in the game.
Okay, Friedman's in for Matley.
So Watertown's gone 8 deep so far. The Knights have just brought Lucy off their bench. 3-pointer by Thury is off. Rebound by Hannah Ronstick. She's going to whip it across the court to Lucy. Good defense by Ortmeyer all over her. Kind of bumping her a little bit. No call.
And got her inside. I thought maybe she'd have fouled her.
Man-to-man defense. And isn't that funny, Dan, how they called that foul
now
on Faulkner, who barely touched Molly, and then Ortmeyer was kind of bodying up Lucy over in the side.
Bodied her up. She pushed her about a foot and didn't call it.
And that's what Coach Colchard said in our pregame interview is you got to see how the refs are going to call because Watertown's going to push a little bit, shove a little bit. They're going to do what they can get away with, which is smart. Here's a 3 wide open for Molly. Drills it.
There it is. 7-0, 3:12 in the first quarter. Here's the press. Knights on top.
And almost a steal by Bergen, and Coach McClemens will save the 12-second call by calling a full timeout. So Dan and I will take a break as well. The Knights up 7-0, 3:07 left in the first quarter. This is O'Gorman Basketball on the Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio is available on Alexa-enabled devices, including Amazon Echo, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To enable the skill, just say, Alexa, enable Real Presence Radio. To listen, say something like, Alexa, open Real Presence Radio. It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, play Sioux Falls, or play AM 970, or play WWEN. From there, you can use commands like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Alexa-enabled devices.
Welcome back to Bishop O'Gorman High School here in Sioux Falls. 3:07 left in the first quarter. Knights on top, 7-0 over the Watertown Arrows. And I tell you what, scrappy team, Watertown. They're feisty. A lot of jump balls, hadn't there been, Brett?
3 jump balls already, Dan, in less than 5 minutes of gameplay. You can probably hear the O'Gorman band on our crowd mic. The band is right to the left of us.
So if I seem like I'm hollering, I apologize.
Yeah.
Because with my hearing aids, I don't know if I'm,
Turn those up, Dan, tonight. Here comes Watertown with the ball, trying to get past half court. Ooh, Molly steps in with a steal. Here is Hannah Ronsick, and she'll get a charge.
No way.
So that's 2 fouls on Hannah Ronsick, so we're probably going to see her get checked out soon. And we saw, Dan, in the Brandon Valley game, she got caught in 3 fouls in the first half, and that sit the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. So Hannah comes out. Kira Mentley will replace her. 7-0 O'Gorman. 2:55 left in the first quarter from O'Gorman High School. Brett Byler, Dan Johnson, Real Presence Radio, O'Gorman girls basketball, and that's thrown into the O'Gorman bench.
Tip by O'Gorman.
Well, I didn't see the tip, but Watertown will get the ball.
3 subs in now for the Arrows.
So we have Vulcan back in, Rhodey back in, and Lund back in. And again, like Dan said, we'll get updates as they come from the O'Gorman boys game at Watertown going on right now at the Civic Arena.
The old.
One of my favorite arenas to visit. Here is Maddie Rhodey.
8 seconds, shot clock.
Paulson will drill the shot, but no good. Here comes Bergen to Molly. Molly coast to coast, no good. Freeman fighting for it, loses it. Here comes Jada Young out of the pack, and we'll see if she'll go or pull it up. She'll shoot from 15, miss everything. Excuse me. Lucy Moore with the rebound. Here comes Lucy.
And she was uncontested on that shot.
And there's a foul on Jada Young. Watertown's got some good looks tonight, Dan. They just haven't been able to hit them.
They haven't been able to execute.
They had a layup they missed by Paulson, who's a really good scorer. Jada Young's missed a couple open shots. It's just not been their night so far.
The ball's hitting the rim, I'll tell you that. So that's where, okay, in for the Knights, we got Friedman, Abdush, Mentley, Moore,
and
Riley.
Yep. Sorry, Dan. I was looking at someone else. Could have helped you out sooner than that. Here's Maddie Rhodey on the rebound on the miss.
Couldn't see that far down there.
Get those trifocals checked, my man. Here comes Watertown with the ball. And, Kira went for the steal. Does not get it. Isn't Molly one of the fun girls to watch at defense in that zone? She's so aggressive up top. Nice trying to do the fake phantom chant on the shot clock. Not affecting Watertown yet. 10 on the shot clock now. Rhodey from way downtown is good. She hit that from, where did she hit that one from, Dan?
She got that one down on 49th and Western.
That was way out there. There's another jump ball. 4th jump ball in the first quarter. That possession stays with O'Gorman.
Wow, Watertown goes after the ball. They're a well-coached team.
I'd be curious to see, I don't have stats for Watertown this year, but how many jump balls per game this team gets. Because they're so low to the ground because they're not very tall. You can get in the driver's dribbling range pretty easily if you're a taller girl going inside against them. Here is Lucy, 22 on the shot clock. Molly for her second 3 is short. Didn't fall her shot, and she'll get an over the back. As a shooter, you're always taught, and Isaac could tell you this, follow your shot. And that time she didn't, and she ended up getting over the back on the girl right in front of her, boxing her out.
Brett, we learned that back in the 60s.
So that's been around for a long time.
Follow your shot.
Sometimes it'll bounce right back to you.
Basketball 101.
Good hustle by Molly.
Ends up right there by front row.
Molly is as quick as a hiccup. Here comes the arrow.
Quick as a jackrabbit, Brett.
Oh, I knew you were going to do that. Here is the Arrows with the ball.
You set it up.
Corner now is Paulson to Rhodey.
Under a minute here, folks.
Rhodey and Vulcan just kind of and she traveled.
Gorman ball with 40.8 seconds here in the first quarter. 7-3, Knights on top.
So he's going to bring in Hannah Ronsick. This is more of an offensive possession substitute, Dan, because we have basically 5-second differential. So bringing Hannah in for offense.
We got Schlimgen in as well. She came in.
So Karsten Schlimgen, is in for the Knights. She had a pretty good JV game earlier tonight. She'll dribble in and score it. How about efficiency? Coming out the bench, 10 seconds later, you score.
Look at the press here now.
Vulcan in all kinds of trouble to Rhodey. Back to Vulcan and
another timeout, Brett.
So that would, again, saving those 12-second calls. So Coach McClemmon's going to take a 30. We're going to stay right here. 19 seconds left. Knights up 9-3 over the Arrows.
And it's kind of hard, but call the timeout with 19 seconds left in the quarter, but he kind of has to. He was in trouble. He didn't want that momentum switching and get called for the 10 seconds. So
yeah, you either take the timeout or you get the turnover and give O'Gorman the last chance for a basket up 9-3. So kind of a low-scoring game, but when you play Watertown, Dan, that's kind of what they've been doing to teams this season, is kind of muddying the game up a little bit, making it a lower-scoring affair. And I think they'll be okay, trailing 9-3 on the road after the first quarter, because they haven't really made any shots except one.
No, Ronzik's on the bench. So
you're going to defensively, so then you're going to put her on the bench because we don't really need her out here for a defensive possession.
Moore, Friedman, Riley, Metley in for the Knights. 18 seconds. Watertown ball.
Here's Rhodey to Vulcan. 30, high post, out to Lund. Rhodey, baseline is Paulson. 7 seconds, Dan. 5, Rhodey thought about it. She'll shoot the 3, long. Friedman gets the rebound. And that is how the first quarter will end here at O'Gorman High School. After one, the number 3 ranked O'Gorman Lady Knights 9. The 5-0 Watertown Arrows 3. We'll be back after 60 seconds for the start of the second quarter from O'Gorman High School.
Jardine Construction is a general contractor of custom homes, remodeling, and commercial construction. Jardine Construction works in close cooperation with project owners and customers when developing a plan for a building or home. Jardine Construction has lots available in Sioux Falls, Hartford, and Humboldt. Mark can be reached at 605-951-1803 and Tom at 605-261-6174.
Barnett Vision Clinic in Sioux Falls offers comprehensive eye exams to assess their patients' eye health, including students and young athletes. At Barnett Vision Clinic, we offer a variety of glasses, contacts, and sunglasses to fit our patients' needs, including brands such as Oakley, Ray-Ban, Nike, Kate Spade, and Nano Vista glasses for kids. Dr. James Barnett is a proud O'Gorman alumni and St. Michael's parishioner. To schedule an appointment, we can be reached at 605-335-7757 or online at barnettvisionclinic.com.
Okay, welcome back to O'Gorman High School here. Start of the second quarter, 9-3. Knights on top. Very, very aggressive ball game, Brad, hasn't it?
It has been. We've had 4 jump balls here in the first quarter. Watertown has 3 points. O'Gorman only 9 points. So you feel like O'Gorman might be ahead by more than they are, but they're only ahead by 6. So it's still technically just a 2-possession game. Here is Young out to Vulcan. And she is fouled. Who got her? Is it Kira?
Yeah, Kira.
So Kayla Vulcan is fouled.
And he was going around, and Metley just kind of, she playing good defense there. Knights playing excellent defense.
So O'Gorman up 9-3, start of the second quarter. Arrows are 5-0 on the season. This is only their second road game. They played Brookings on December 10th. The last 4 games have all been home games for them. Knights at 3-1, winners of 3 in a row. Here is Bergen. She gets hit by 2 arrows. See if it's Vulcan or Ortmeyer. They'll give the foul to.
And the starters are in for the Knights. O'Gorman ball underneath. Ronzik will bring it in.
So Ortmeyer will get her first. That is the 4th team foul for Watertown. They're doing a little set play for Hannah for corner 3 long. Look at Bergen getting the rebound down low to Friedman for the basket.
But you just see Hannah's uncontested right there and dish it off for to Friedman get it. 11-3. Here's the press.
That 2-2-1 press has done really good for O'Gorman. Watertown having all kinds of issues getting across. Ooh, turned it over. And Ronzik is ball's knocked out, and it's like bowling balls as one arrow girl hit the other, and they both fell over. So it'll stay with Knights, 32 on the shot clock.
Molly will bring it in for the Knights underneath.
This one didn't really start on Keeter time, Dan. This is pretty much on time, about 7 o'clock.
Still a lot of people coming in. Oh, look at her all over Molly. Wow, they didn't call that, Brett.
Yeah, it's interesting seeing some of these things are called and others aren't. Here is Abdush out to Kira. Kira can't dribble, gives it to Molly, 15. This has been a discombobulated possession for O'Gorman. 10 seconds.
This is the longest they've headed down. 7, 6, 5.
Watertown coach Pat McClemmons wanted the travel.
And Vulcan got the foul.
Could have been a travel, but they're going to call the foul on Watertown.
She did look like she traveled, but that was after the foul.
So this will be the 5th foul, the first on Kayla Vulcan. Nice play in the inbounds as Hannah Freeman gets all the way uncontested for the layup.
Okay, here we go. Press again. 13-3, 6:29 in the second.
If you're Watertown, you get the ball in the middle here, and they get tipped out of bounds by Kira.
But you take our 3 gals down there, Bentley, Riley, and Hannah, the stretch. We've talked about that. And
yeah, long arms, lean, athletic.
That is just fabulous defense.
And especially if you look at Kira and Bergen, those girls can really jump too. Here is Freeman with the steal.
Another turnover for the Arrows.
Molly wants the 3. She'll take a step back 3 in rhythm, in and out. Kira fighting with Paulson. It's off Kira. And you can just see the size, Dan, because some of these O'Gorman girls like Bergen and Kira aren't even jumping. They're still taller with their hands, and the 5'7" Watertown girls are trying to jump and get the ball.
Correct.
Ortmeyer in the corner. Over to Paulson. There you go. Steal by Kira. Bergen for the layup is good. 15-3. This press for O'Gorman, which Dan and I talked about in the pregame, has been very effective.
They are having a hard time getting it up. And Coach calls another his 3rd timeout, Brett. And we're not even halfway through the second quarter.
We are, and he's going to
full timeout.
He's going to be out of them at halftime. So O'Gorman leading 15-3, 5:38 left here in the first half. We're going to take a 30-second commercial break. This is O'Gorman basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Real Presence Radio is available on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay, Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, "Play Sioux Falls," or "Play AM 970," or "Play WWEN." From there, you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Google Assistant devices.
Welcome back to Bishop O'Gorman High School here. 5:38 in the second quarter. Knights on top, 15-3. And it's been defense, the press by the Knights here, Brett.
Yeah, defense, pressure, more defense, length, all these things, turnovers by Watertown, offensive rebounds by O'Gorman. It's just some of the things that we thought we might see tonight. And for Watertown, they're having trouble here just breaking the press to get into their offense to actually get a good shot up at the hoop. So Coach Pat McClemmons has used 3 timeouts here in the first 10 minutes of the ball game just to try to break that press. So here's Maddie Rohde over to Jada Young. Jada picks up her dribble. Here's Faulkner. Nice pass down low to Lund. So Jade Lund scores a nice pass that time by Miranda Faulkner. 15-5 Molly all the way. Wild shot, no good. Freeman misses it. Lund, and now the Arrows can just kind of fast break it a little bit. Lund, who just scored with it. Corner, Paulson, 3-pointer, a little long. What do we got, Dan?
O'Gorman.
So
Gorman,
go ahead.
Ball.
So Knights ball. Claire Benson in for the first time, replacing Hannah Friedman. Benson is a 5'10 sophomore.
So that's eight players tonight for the Knights so far.
Yep, Schlimgen and Moore, and now Benson, the 3 off the bench so far. Bergen is posting up Maddie Rohde, with about a 7-inch height advantage for Bergen if they got it to her. Cannot. Here's Kira. All the way. Yes, and it counts. Kira Mentley right around Lund for the basket and the foul.
Chance to make it a 3-point play here, 17-5.
Go ahead, Dan.
Just about halfway through the second quarter.
And that's what you do against that pressure defense. So they're right up on you, drive right by them. So Mentley for the old-fashioned 3-point play misses it. Loose ball controlled by the Arrows and Jada Young. Watertown averaging 46 points a game coming into tonight's game. So they're not a team that scores a lot, but only 5 points almost halfway point of the second quarter is not good.
But they can work the ball around well on the offense.
They do. Once they can get past the trap, the press, they've had decent possessions. They just haven't made many shots. Here's Paulson short. There's that height again by Mentley.
And it was down to 7 seconds on the shot clock there.
Which is the 4th time that has happened below 10 on the shot clock for them. We're just used to teams shooting up shots, in the first 10, 15 seconds of the shot clock in these days with basketball. Mentley tried to post up. He could not get her. We're doing kind of like a 4-out, 1-in offensive set. And Paulson will get an over-the-back foul. So Watertown is going to be in the penalty now. That's, I think, their 8th team foul.
So Mentley will go back to the line. Second time for the charity stripe for the Knights. Lucy Moore now comes in for Riley. And Hannah Friedman looks like she's going to check in for Mentley here when she's done with the charity stripe.
Mentley is a 67% free throw shooter on the season. She'll have the 1-and-1. 17-5 O'Gorman, 3:44 left in the first half. Mentley's first free throw is long. Rebound by Lund to Jada Young.
They're going to push it fast.
She's cut off by Lucy Moore. Sorry, folks, forgot to zoom out the camera for a second. Now we're good. Doing double duty, doing the old play-by-play camera work tonight. Here is Lund with it. I'm just multi-talented, ain't I, Dan? Here is Thury down low, and it's knocked away by Hannah Ronson.
You have your co-worker here.
She's here just to observe, Dan. I'm not going to put her to work tonight.
Put her to work.
Shout out to our listener relationship rep in Eastern South Dakota, Teresa Curley, watching her first basketball game, and that ball is tipped out of bounds by Hannah Ronsick.
You mean first O'Gorman basketball game?
There you go. I think it's her first basketball game ever, Dan.
Oh, we got to talk.
She's going to learn a lot from our broadcast, I think. Here is Lund for 3. Oh, splash.
Wow, nice shot.
So 5 points for Jade Young, Lund. Jade Lund off the bench. Jade. 17-8.
Yep.
Can Lucy answer? Yes, she can.
Yeah, baby. Lucy Moore.
I think her sister Izzy might have taught her that one. 20-8, O'Gorman. 2:52 left in the first half.
I'm going to guess her dad did.
Keith?
Yes.
You said he was a pretty good player, wasn't he, Dan?
Lyman County.
Here is a drive and a foul.
On Friedman.
So Jada Young is fouled. She'll go to the free throw line, the 5'6" junior, averaging 16 points a game, is trying to get her first points of tonight's ball game. Few dribbles, bends the knees, shot is a little bit long. Bergen getting her hair adjusted. She's going to come back into the game. Faulkner goes out. Let's see, Rhodey in. Paulson back in for Watertown. Second free throw is up by Jada Young, and this one is nothing but nylon. Here comes Molly Abdouche. Looking down low for Bergen. Good defense by Maddie Rhodey.
Jump ball. 5th
jump ball of the game. And this possession arrow will stay with O'Gorman. These O'Gorman girls might have to look after the game for some scrapes on their knees and their hands and their elbows. This Watertown team is, like we mentioned, feisty. Here is a long pass into Bergen, and Hannah's going to fire a long one. No good. Friedman with the rebound. Out to Bergen Riley. Lucy Moore jump stop, passes it out to Molly Abduge. 26 in the shot clock. Molly shoots that one from way downtown. Another offensive rebound, ball on the ground. Rhodey has it, and what do we got? Another jump ball. Or do we got a timeout?
Did he call his fourth timeout?
I think Coach McClemens is going to get another timeout.
Yes, he did.
That might be a record. That might be a record in the first half. So we got a 30-second timeout. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. O'Gorman up 20-9 here in the second quarter from O'Gorman High School.
Hello, this is Mark Konzemius, President of the Catholic Community Foundation for Eastern South Dakota. Preparing for the end of life can be overwhelming, even scary. Yet as disciples of Christ, we live in great hope and the reality of God's promise that death is not the end, but a new beginning. The end-of-life planning workbook for Catholics is now available. I encourage you to reach out to one of our Catholic Community Foundation offices or ccfesd.org. May God bless each of us on our journey to heaven.
Hey, welcome back to O'Gorman High School here. Watertown just used their fourth timeout, folks, and we still have 2 minutes to go in the first half. And all my 60 years around basketball, I've never seen 4 timeouts in the first half like that. But anyway, Gorman's up 20-9 here. It was 9-3 at the first quarter, and here comes the press by the Knights.
I think you just unintentionally aged yourself there, Dan.
Yep.
For our viewers out there, listeners. Here's Watertown breaking the press. Yes, Dan was around in the old Peach Basket era.
Leather helmets.
Knows Dr. James Naismith personally, who invented basketball. Here is Watertown moving the ball around the perimeter. 13 in the shot clock, and that's been a theme deep into the shot clock possessions. 7, 6, Jada Young driving. Paulson, baseline jumper air ball. Here comes Hannah Ronsick. She'll be cut off that time by Faulkner. So Paulson and Young combined average about 33 points a game for Watertown. They have 1 point combined. That was a free throw by Jada Young in the couple minutes ago. So Nice did a good job against the 2 leading scorers for Watertown. Lucy, wild shot. I think she thought she might have been fouled. No call. Here comes Watertown.
But good defense by the Arrows.
11-point game. So it was a 6-point lead, as Dan alluded to, after the first quarter. So Gorman's up that 5 points here in the second quarter. Clock now down to 10. Here we go again. Here is Rhodey. She's going to shoot that one from deep. Almost banked it in. Rebound by Freeman. So O'Gorman can hold for the final shot if they want to. Lucy is going to shoot the 3 short. Maybe too quick of a shot for O'Gorman. Here comes 3. Down low, no call for the charge, no call for the block, and O'Gorman now, if they hold it, will have the final possession.
And Coldred's calling to hold it. Wow, what a track meet, Brett.
Yeah, I left my track shoes at home, Dan.
These ladies have to be tired tonight when this is over.
So I do a clear out for Hannah. I don't know what the play is. Here is Lucy at the buzzer, no good. So at halftime, it's the O'Gorman Knights 20, the Watertown Arrows 9.
So coming up next on the Knights of Columbus, Jeff Gillen, Phil Carlson, Knights of Columbus halftime show. Stay with us. You're listening to Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls offers a daily buffet featuring a variety of pizza choices, salad bar, and chicken. Pizza Ranch has a spacious dining room as well as 8 party rooms that fit different group sizes. Their online menu provides another option for their customers to order from. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. We have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, we can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Halftime Show, brought to you by your Knights of Columbus field agents for the Sioux Falls area, Jeff Gillen and Phil Carlson.
Welcome back. It's halftime here at O'Gorman High School. The Watertown Arrows versus the Lady Knights here. Lady Knights up 20-9 here at halftime, Brett. Very, very fun game.
Yeah.
Very, very aggressive and physical.
And I think we both expected that, Dan, coming to the ball game. We hadn't seen Watertown in person, but hearing what Coach Colesrew described to me about them and their MO, and they're a feisty team. They're only 5'8" or shorter. So being 5-0 at that height, you're going to have girls that play taller than they are, more feisty, and they've done a lot of that. But Watertown's issue is the press, for one, and then just making any shots, which they really haven't, which I think O'Gorman's height has sped up their shots a little bit. And O'Gorman on the other end, up by 11, I think you're okay with that, but I feel like if you're Coach Colesrew, I feel like you might think you could have a bigger lead than you do right now.
Okay. How is that timeout factor? 4 timeouts in the first half. Now, Watertown's going to come in with 1 timeout left in the whole game. You know, if we come out pressing, you know we're going to.
Right.
How is that going to come into factor?
Yeah, you might just, instead of calling a timeout, you might just get a few more turnovers or just take those 12-second calls if you're Watertown. But I'm sure Coach McClemens is a veteran coach, Dan. I'm sure he's going to make some adjustments. It's just up to his girls to carry out those adjustments. And for O'Gorman, I think this is kind of good for them. You're playing a physical defense, so you nothing's going to come easy offensively for you, Dan, where say you play a team that might sit back in a zone or something, it can make it easier for you. These Watertown girls, they're up when you're at the three-point line or down low, but I think you're going to see better offense in the second half for O'Gorman because you're more used to it by now. You kind of get a feel of how they're going to guard you, how the refs are going to call it. I think that's going to help you in the second half.
Okay, so what's going to come down here, the intensity of these girls, they're playing hard. Who's going to have the legs at the end of the game?
Yeah, that's something to kind of monitor, and I think if you're O'Gorman, and Watertown, they both played on Tuesday after extended breaks, so you have that. You've had some practice, but we'll see. I think the coaches can kind of sub a girl in for a minute, take a minute breather, bring someone in for a minute. You're going to see a lot of, not many substitutions, but Dan, a lot of short substitutions. Like, say, Hannah Rosick, take two possessions off, come back in type of a thing.
Okay, fouls-wise, we're sitting in foul trouble. The only one, Hannah Rosick has 2. Everybody else with 1 here and there. So it means we're sitting pretty decent in fouls for the Knights as we enter the second half. So
and she got those 2 early, Dan. Those were in the first 3 minutes of the game. So.
Update up in Watertown at the Civic Arena. Watertown again at halftime. Watertown Arrows 29, the O'Gorman Knights 26. The boys are down by 3 at half.
Ooh, so that's a little bit of a surprise. I think going into that ball game, I think Watertown's boys have only 1 win, so that's something for O'Gorman. Hopefully they can turn around in the second half.
So coming up next, we're going to have Inside O'Gorman. We'll give you the update what's going on around the O'Gorman. It's Catholic Schools Week here coming up at the end of the month and things, so we'll give you an update what's going on here at Bishop O'Gorman Catholic School. Stay with us. You're listening to O'Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Sioux Equipment Company can fix, sell, and repair gas pumps, tanks, and air compressors. They offer sales and services for lifts, signs, decals, and tank truck equipment in Sioux Falls and the surrounding areas. Sioux Equipment Company is located at 1310 East 39th Street in Sioux Falls, just off of East Benson Road. They can be reached by calling 605-334-1653. Again, that number is 605-334-1653.
Pre-planning a funeral is a wonderful gift for families. I'm David Lewis of Barnett Lewis Funeral Home. a family-owned and operated service to the community. Our goal is to make arrangements with families comfortable when they decide what their wishes are for funeral services. I will listen to all needs and offer choices for funeral arrangements and make sure all questions are answered. Barnett Lewis Funeral Home can be contacted at 336-0707 or by going to barnettlewis.com.
All right, we're going to go to Inside O'Gorman. It's hard to hear anything with the band, who's terrific, playing right to the left of us, Brett Byler and Dan Johnson. Hopefully Dan can hear me a little bit. Dan, if people if people just tune in, can you let people know what the O'Gorman boys score is right now?
The O'Gorman boys up in Watertown, it's 29-26 at halftime from the Civic Arena up there. So, and I tell you what a great crowd here tonight. Look at all these young boys and girls from the different 6 elementary schools out here on the court, shooting the basket to get a T-shirt, and they're all getting stickers. The night is out there, and I tell you, it's just fabulous to see this. Instead of 6 elementary schools in Sioux Falls, instead of doing a couple this week, this game, a couple there, I think it's a couple. The way I understood, they're doing like 3 of them tonight and 3 of them next week, or in a boys game here in another week or 2. So that way, all the kids get to come, discounted prices to come to the game, so they can actually come and see what it's going to look like when they become in high school here in a few years.
And that has to be fun for these little kids too, because you probably hear about the high school, the older kids through school, and you get a little excited then to see it firsthand, not just hear about it. That has to be pretty cool as they're throwing shirts into the student section. The cheerleaders are. Dan, I don't know if we can get a shirt up here or not, but maybe you have to stand up and wave your hands. But can you let people know what else is on tap for O'Gorman this week?
So the debate is up at Fargo Shanley right now, and we mentioned the boys in Watertown. Tomorrow the debate continues up in Fargo. The Oral and Turp, they go down to Millard West in Omaha there. Wrestling Invite will be out at Brandon Valley High School tomorrow. That starts at 9. Gymnastics is over at Power and Grace. And Monday we have the big doubleheader. It's the Sioux Falls, Washington. We're at Sioux Falls, Washington. Number 1 Sioux Falls, Washington will be taking on the girls at 5:30. We'll be on the air about 5 or so Monday night, and the boys will follow that around 7:15 or so. And then they have the elementary orchestra concert here at Lorraine Theater on Monday night.
Yeah, for the Washington game, just a note, we'll just be broadcasting that one. There will be no video stream with Washington and that tin roof. You can't get any signal really into that gym. So Dan and Isaac will just be doing a radio broadcast for that one.
So hopefully it'll be right on court side. We won't be in the Euchre section, so we'll be right there. So, Inside O'Gorman brought to you by Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools. Our 6 elementary schools, junior high and high school exemplify gospel values, strong student achievement, and community service. Our schools strive to have excellence when it counts in faith, academics, and our community. And in the opportunities offered to our students, visit ognights.org to schedule a tour. Get a hold of Jenny Struck in the admissions office. Get your son or daughter registered for Bishop O'Gorman Elementary School.
And all your kids went to O'Gorman, right, Dan?
We put 3 of them through here, and I tell you what, the best thing we ever did, and I will go down on my grave with that, the best thing we ever did is had them in the, they went through, and here's a plug, Brett, St. Lambert's, they went through St. Lambert's, all 3 of them, everything.
Teresa's a St. Lambert's girl.
I thought I saw her, remembered her there.
She smiled when you said that, but go ahead.
And then we had junior high and high school, all 3 graduate from here, and so, wonderful experience, and I'll give any testimonial to that effect.
All right, thank you, Dan. We're going to take a break. We'll come back, have a quick scoreboard update. Dan might be able to find a few other games going on across the area, and then we'll have the start of the second half. This is O'Gorman Girls Basketball on the Real Presence Radio Network.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games from the middle of December 2021 to the middle of March 2022. Tune into the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford, online at realpresenceradio.com, on our free mobile app, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Upon graduation from O'Gorman High School, you will receive far more than a diploma. You get the values of a Catholic education, the support and reach of thousands of alum from across the country, the knowledge that you can become who you were meant to be. And our community will be right there by your side. You belong in blue. O'Gorman High School.
All right, Dan Johnson, do you have any other scores to report?
Let's go on the girls here. We have started the fourth quarter. Mitchell Yankton all tied up at 33. Stevens, number 5 Stevens, all over Roosevelt, 51-37, 5 minutes left in the ballgame there. Jefferson, close one over Central, City Central, up at 4 with 4 minutes left in that game as well. And then here's a shocker. Brandon Valley is on top of Brookings by 4 with 2 minutes left in the first half. That's in girls. In boys, we just have the Gorman score. Gorman now on top, 33-29, with 5 minutes to go in the third, and the other games are a little bit later because of the double headers and everything going on. So that's the only other games going on. Gorman boys, 33-29, with 5 minutes to go in the third up in Watertown. As we start our second half, here's Brett Byler.
Dan, could you do the BB Agency read real quick for me?
Tonight's halftime show of the Gorman Knights is sponsored by the BB Agency, supporting Knights of Columbus Insurance for South Dakota, Southwest Minnesota, and northeastern Iowa. For life insurance, long-term care insurance, retirement products, call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. Connect to field agent near you. Knights of Columbus Insurance, strong, dependable, faith-based, protecting your family's financial future.
All right, thanks, Dan. That was Maddie Rohde hit 1-3 on the other end while you're doing the read. She misses that one. The Knights had a turnover on our end, so the Arrows get a three-pointer. It's now 20-12 as we start the third quarter from O'Gorman High School here in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Brett Byler on play-by-play, Dan Johnson on color commentary tonight.
Isaac is up in Watertown.
There's Bergen Riley down low, spin move with the left hand is good. Bergen is on the board. She has 4 now. Nice move by her.
Here's that press again.
See if Watertown can get it across half court. They do.
Wow, that was close.
There's probably about a second to spare there, Dan. Here's Ortmeyer from the corner, no good. Bergen between 2 arrows. And she is tied up and not liking it.
Wow.
She had something to say to the referee as she was sandwiched between 2 arrows. They were both about 6 inches shorter than she was.
And she's laughing. She comes out smiling, coming down. Okay, the band is retired for the evening, folks, so good job by the band.
Yes.
So.
Love hearing a pep band at a basketball game.
22-12 now.
Ronsick almost stepped out of bounds there. Now they're going to download a Bergen. Yes, and it counts.
Now they're going to work that inside game.
I'm going to pat myself on the shoulder a little bit because about an hour ago my pick to click was Bergen.
Oh, geez.
She's now got back-to-back baskets. Thank you, Miss Riley. She'll have a free throw attempt coming up.
You just jinxed her.
So Bergen's a 53% free throw shooter and in and out. Did not jinx her, Dan.
You jinxed her. You jinxed her on that one, Brett.
Oh, I don't think so. Here's Watertown. Oh, we love to have fun on these broadcasts. Here is.
Can't have fun, stay home.
Yeah, absolutely. That's our motto. Here's Paulson, who still hasn't scored, misses it, gets a rebound, and still rim is unkind to Paulson. Bergen rejects that last one, so she had 3 chances that possession, and none of them went in, but Watertown will regain possession.
New shot clock.
Yes, sir. Doubled the score up now, 24-12. Again, it keeps feeling to me like O'Gorman should be up by more than, say, 12, but they're just not. Watertown is just hanging on by a thread right now. And that is not an over and back. You can do that on an out-of-bounds play. So here is Volkin to Ortmeyer in the front court. Watertown looks a little bit discombobulated. Okay, now they're going to get reset up. They had 2 girls standing in the same spot, which is never good. Rohde took a while to get that one off. Is halfway blocked. Rebound is good. Finally.
Medley.
Kendall Paulson gets the and one as Kira fouled her. Watertown gets a rare offensive rebound. And let's see if Paulson can get the 3-point play on the free throw.
They're going to get this under 10 here. They can cut it to 9 here. And like you said, it should be a little bit more. But, Watertown scrappy. They're a good ball team. And she does, 24-15.
As to see if Watertown would press us. They did not. Just curious. They haven't had many baskets made, so you don't get many chances to press if you can't make any baskets. Here is Hannah Ronsick from way downtown. No good. Shot that one from Benson Avenue. Missed it. Right, Dan?
That's the other way. That's 69th Street.
Here is
Friedman.
Missed by Jada Young.
with a nice rebound.
Like we said, Watertown's getting good shots for the most part. They've been pretty cold throughout the game. Hannah Friedman, nice basket cut. Good pass by Hannah Ronsick. And Hannah Friedman will get 2 free throws. And the foul, I believe, is on
24, isn't it?
It's actually on Rhodey. That was 24 from our end. Metley, they didn't change it yet. Now they have. And that free throw is up and good by Hannah Friedman. It looks like Hannah has her own cheering section behind the scorer's table. A little girl has a sign that says Hannah number 33 on it.
Hannah's 58% from the line. She makes them both.
So Friedman has 6 points. So Dan's pick to click has 6 points, and my pick to click
I was
has
not going to bring that up, but
6
you did.
points. Ooh, she almost picked up that pivot foot. Paulson does get it over. And they're going to push it back out. So Watertown does break the press. 18 on the shotgun. Now they turn it over. Here comes Molly. All the way with the speed is Molly Abdouche.
5 on the night for her. 28-15.
There's kind of the normal player's speed, and then you add a couple gears, and that's Molly's speed.
But she threaded that needle. There was 3 defenders there, and she just took it right to the basket. Another turnover for the Arrows. Oh,
ooh. 2 girls down. And I'll give Ronsick the foul, maybe?
Yep, she pushed. So that she picks up her 3rd, Brett.
So both Paulson and Ronsick went to the floor, and the loose ball, they're going to give Hannah her 3rd.
Faulkner comes in and Lund comes in for Watertown.
Yeah, that's a tough way to get a 3rd foul. It's kind of like those 50-50 loose balls where, you could either call it on either girl or just not call it all. I wish there would just been a no call there.
Lucy Moore's going to check in for her next dead ball.
Ooh, you see the slap on the hand on Hannah that time she hit the ball. So Ashley, Dan, Hannah Ronsick's staying in. So Hannah
Friedman's coming out. Wow, okay.
You had the right first name, Dan. Just the wrong Hannah.
50-50 shot.
So Knights are in a zone now. We're gonna watch Molly trap the baseline. Faulkner. Here's Jada Young drills the 3. So you trap the baseline, then you left the other girl wide open. Lucy on the other end for the layup, misses it. Offensive rebound by Kira, no good, but she's fouled.
2 bunnies we missed there.
Good hustle by Kira Metley that time.
Oh, yeah. Lucy Moore's wide open coming down. They saw her and they hit her. And
both teams kind of hands on their hips right now. I think the pace of the game, there might be a few tired legs out there as Kira makes the free throw.
Her 3rd time to the line.
Addie Johnson in the game for the first time. She's a 5'3" sophomore guard.
Johnston, yes.
Metley for the second one is good. So the score is O'Gorman 29, Watertown 18, 4:21 left in the 3rd quarter, so we're about the halfway point. Let's see if O'Gorman can make this 11-point lead like a 16-point lead to end the quarter. Ball out of bounds, they say on O'Gorman on the deflection on the Lund pass. So stays with Watertown, and Coach McClellan, what's going to happen? The one ref.
Something on the floor.
Okay.
Debris on the floor. They're getting that off for safety for the athletes. Don't want them slipping on anything.
For sure what that was, but it's off the court now, so Watertown will have the ball. Here is Lund. Over in the corner is Johnston. Out to Faulkner. That is tipped by Abdouche to stay with Watertown.
11 on the shot clock, Brett.
Yes, a nice crowd for O'Gorman. Kind of a pretty good crowd now for Watertown. They didn't a little late arriving, but the Arrows faithful always follow their team pretty well. The boys are playing as well in Watertown. 5, Dan. We got to hurry if you're Watertown. 4, baseline shot by Paulson. Over Metley is short. Hannah Rossi gets a defensive rebound. She'll pull it out for O'Gorman. That was a good contest that time by 6'1" Kira Metley. Knight's going to run their set. The cut by Ronsick. Now she's going to go out to the 3-point line. Pop the 3, misses it. Kira rebound, no good. There's Bergen, 2 offensive rebounds. Down low to Metley. Good.
Metley wanted it back. Kira wanted it back.
Good pass by Molly Abdush, recognizing Kira had really good post position.
She had great position underneath. Here's a press again.
There's just that size and athleticism of O'Gorman. Good job of the Arrows, breaking it. Lund will pull it back out.
32-18, under 3 minutes to go left in the third.
Watertown down to the high post is Jada Young. Lund is rejected by Abdush. Here's Lucy. Over to Molly. Good play.
Nice.
Unselfish play by Lucy Moore.
Yes. Nice play.
This is the biggest lead now, Dan, for the Knights. 16 with 2:28 left, 34-18. This is a danger zone for Watertown. Game kind of slipping away from the Arrows, but Jada Young must have been listening as she drilled the three-pointer from the corner. That's her second 3 of the quarter.
Oh, you're jinxing people. You're just...
That's what I do. Here is O'Gorman. Better not say anything on my wedding day, right, Dan? Here's Metley.
I'm not saying a word, Blue Eyes.
Ronsick, nice spin move. Oh, she could not get that one to go.
Nice move, though, by Hannah Ronsick.
A high percentage, shot, too. Just a little bit hard on the fadeaway. 13-point game. Watertown. Ooh, Paulson almost threw that one to their bench. Knights still in that 2-3 zone as Bergen comes up in it.
10 seconds.
Long 3 by Johnston is short. She goes after a rebound, but Molly takes it away from her. Now she's going to do the long pass to Moore, who throws it away.
She saw Friedman in there, but it just kind of lobbed it. She needed to make it a little crisper pass.
Paulson, 3 from the corner, or long 2, I think. Yeah, long 2, Dan.
Okay, back to 9.
What's the old adage? Turnovers lead to baskets on the other end.
Watertown staying right with it. 34-23, a minute left in the third.
So they are on a 5-0 run right now after the Knights got that lead up to 16. Down low mentally. So the Knights are kind of down low this quarter, Dan, with Metley and Friedman and Bergen really establishing themselves. Jada Young needs help. She can't dribble it. Gets it to Faulkner. 12-second differential shot in game. Lund. The bank is open here in Sioux Falls at 7:53 p.m. She drills the 3 out the bank. I am pretty sure she didn't call it, but they'll take it. That's 8 points for Jade Young. 8-2 run for Watertown.
10-point lead.
36-26, 17 seconds left in the third. Hannah Ronsick way outside is good.
That was from 69th Street.
So Ronsick with the 3. She has 7, only 4 seconds. Watertown needs to get it a shot up. Ooh, and wow, Lucy Moore almost fouled Jade Young, and Coach McClemens is not happy.
He walks all the way out about half court and makes a comment. So it's 39-26, end of the third quarter. Knights on top. You're listening to Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio Network.
JMJ Caseworks and Closets and More is a proud sponsor of the O'Gorman Knights. Following the same rich, winning tradition, family, and Christian values, JMJ Caseworks strives to create a work environment to call home. Family-owned and operated, JMJ Caseworks has several full-time positions available. Our team members pursue career goals, learn new skills, and get the recognition they deserve. To set up an appointment, JMJ Caseworks can be reached at 605-332-0805 or email jobs@jmjcaseworks.com. Go Knights!
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. We have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, we can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
Hey, welcome back here to O'Gorman. We got an update up in Watertown. Isaac informs us that it's been all Knights in the third quarter up there. All O'Gorman. They outscored the Watertown Arrows 21-7 to take a 47-36 lead up in Watertown as they begin the start of the fourth quarter. So the Knights have turned it around here in the second half. And it's here in Sioux Falls for the Lady Knights with Watertown 39-26. Start of the fourth quarter. Here's Brett.
All right, that's good to hear for the boys team, looking for their 5th straight win. Here is down low. We got to travel that time on Emery Thury, who just checked in the ball game.
And Isaac will let us know how who's the leading scorer and everything. And, he's up there to watch his brother Manny struck, which is a heck of an athlete, his younger brother, and wants to see him play, and that's where he should be.
Down low, pass by Mentley went through the wickets of Claire Benson out of bounds. So it was maybe girls too close together to do a pass that hard.
So Freeman, Mentley, Benson, Ronzik, Abdushan for the Knights.
Knights in that extended 2-3 zone. Long three by Vulcan is way out the mark, but Paulson gets the offensive rebound and the putback in the basket. So Kendall Paulson has a chance for the three-point play. They get the Arrows within 10 if she makes a free throw. Claire Benson with the foul. That's 7 points now for Paulson.
3rd team foul for the Knights.
And also 3 team fouls by the Arrows. That free throw is good.
39-28.
Will Watertown try to press? It looks like they're backing up.
Young comes in now for the Knights for 30. 30 gets a breather.
It's one thing about the press, too. If you don't play a lot of kids, it takes up a lot of extra energy to do that. So maybe since Watertown isn't going that deep. Here is Ronsick from 69th Street. No good. Rebound by Maddie Rohde.
And it's only taking you 5 years, but you're getting your direction straight now.
I'm trying to, Dan. I'm trying my best. Here is Rohde with it. That's why GPS is my favorite friend. Here is Jada Young baseline.
Oh, good D there.
So we got 13 as the shot clock getting closer to 10 again. In the high post, down low, Jada Young. Nice, strong drive, and Hannah Friedman fouls her. She'll get to the line.
But Friedman just goes straight up and just went around her and got the body check on her.
Well, I think sometimes, unfortunately, if you're a taller girl, they'll give the benefit of the doubt to the shorter player on plays like that. Unless, say if he was a girl as big as Friedman doing that, she might got away with it. But when you're smaller, you get knocked off balance a little bit easier. So Jada Young makes that free throw.
9-point game. Okay, Mentley's out. Bergen's in.
39-30, the Arrows. This will not go away. Kind of like that gnat that just will not leave you alone on the lake on a summer day. And that shot is up and good by Jada Young. So 2 free throws for her. That's 9 points for Jada.
Kind of like Oklahoma for Nebraska. They would never go away, right?
That shot is, I think, blocked as Abdush went in. That 10-footer did not hit nothing but air. Ooh, Hannah with the steal. All the way, Ronsick misses the layup.
Oh, another bunny. That's 3 bunnies, folks. They've missed. 39-31, 6:17 left in the ball game. Watertown has 1 timeout left. O'Gorman has all 5.
That's one of those plays you do everything right, but you just can't finish the last part of the equation. And Hannah just missed a wide-open right-handed layup. You don't see that often. Maddie Rohde from deep is short. Off Bergen's hands, and Freeman has it. Rohde shot a lot of long threes so far tonight for the Arrows.
Colger calls a set.
A screen for Abdush from 18. Ooh, in and out. Bergen offensive rebound. Oh, can't get it, gets it back, and is fouled.
Oh, she got hammered, Brett.
Good job keeping the ball up. Missed the first one, stuck with it.
Is there something wrong with this rim down here?
We'll have to ask Steve Keeter. Ask him after
because
the game.
Watertown had trouble that first half, and now we missed a few down here.
I thought before it was the other rim a couple of years ago. Remember, it was the same issue. Here is Bergen. Makes a free throw. Bergen is a Nebraska volleyball commit. Go Huskers. Great volleyball team they have up there in Lincoln.
One of the top, 24 volleyball players in the United States.
So Jade Lunn is in, who's had a good game up the bench. 8 points for her on 2 threes. She replaces Grace Ortmeyer. Faulkner is also in for the Arrows. Bergen's shot, rolls in and out. What do we got, Dan?
That'll be Watertown.
Students for O'Gorman are not agreeing with the referee's call there. They're right to the left of us, down below us. Nice student section tonight, these kids. Out to support their Lady Knights.
That's the football team.
Here is Watertown doing a better, that's close to a double dribble.
She was like inches away, and there's your 10 seconds. Finally, Brett, they call it.
And really, if you're Coach McClemens with that one timeout left, you really can't do too much about that anymore.
No, and he's not going to call that unless
you're probably going to try to save it.
He has to save it to under a minute if it gets to be a close game.
Yeah, right. Rhodey went for the steal, didn't get it. Knights possession. Here's Freeman down low to Ronsick. Good cut by Freeman. Yes, and it counts. That was a beautiful back cut by Hannah Freeman. Left-handed layup is good.
And she's going to go to the line and make it a 3-point. 42-31, 5:09. Beautiful play, wasn't it?
Absolutely. You pass and cut. That's beautiful basketball. You always need to be constantly in motion in basketball for your most effective offense. Don't just stand around and watch. And Freeman makes the 3-point play. She's up to 9, which I think is the high point scorer right now for O'Gorman.
Correct.
Neither team with anyone in double figures yet.
Young's got 9 for the Arrows.
8 of those are in the second half. 43-31, Knights 12-point lead. 4:53 left here in the fourth quarter. Can the Knights hand the Arrows their first loss of the season? We'll see if they can hold on to this big lead. Jada Young going against Friedman. Oh, boy, that ball had some English on. You see it's spinning around the hoop a little bit. They call Friedman for the foul.
Is that her third? So both her and Hannah Ronzik each have 3. 5 team fouls now for the Knights. Young's at the line for the Arrows.
And this will be 2 shots for her since it was a shooting foul. Up and good is Jada Young. One more for the junior guard. Bakes that one, so she has 11. 10-point game. Hannah Ronzik wastes no time and hits the 3. That took about 3 seconds on the make free throw. Hannah Ronsick with the 3. She has 10. So they do get it across. I think Coach McClemens was going to call a timeout, and they got it across, and they turned it over.
Here comes Ronsick with the ball again.
Crossover.
She was fouled back here away from the basket. So, Brett, the next time out, you introduce your associate. You'll have to maybe have her give a little bit about what she does for Real Presence Radio and everything. And
oh, absolutely, Dan.
I mean, we got to give her a plug. And we got a timeout, Brett, so perfect opportunity.
All right, so with 4:15 left here in the fourth quarter, it's 46-33. And Miss Teresa, will you introduce yourself? Ooh, ouch.
Yeah, y'all kind of put me on the spot just now.
Well, yeah, you're going to come up here. You're going to be on the radio, dear. So tell us a little bit about yourself. What do you do for Real Presence Radio? What's your title and what do you do?
Yeah, I'm listener relationship coordinator for Eastern South Dakota. So basically, I'm fundraising and kind of networking in the area, getting to know the listeners. And I'm new to Sioux Falls, so it's honestly the ideal job to fit into the territory.
Well,
get to know.
You good thing going. You belong to St. Lambert, so you talk about fundraising. So that's pretty much 100% of everything at Real Presence Radio is fundraising, correct?
Absolutely.
So that's your job. So if you're listening out there, you call her right now so we can stay on the radio right here to bring you Gorman basketball and everything else that Real Presence Radio does, correct? What's you going to get a hold of you?
803-427-3961.
Well, nice meeting you.
There you
and
go.
I'll see you at Mass.
Absolutely.
Okay, timeout there. That was Coleswood's first timeout, 46-33. Gorman ball underneath the basket, Brett.
All right, so right now this is kind of important 2 minutes if you're Watertown here. You're going to want to try to maybe get this game to maybe 7 points-ish to give yourself a chance if you're O'Gorman. You don't need to be in a hurry offensively, Dan. I think if you're going to maybe take a little bit more clock, I think is what Colesru's probably telling these girls right now with a 13-point lead. Bergen, oh, she could not quite muscle it up as they found her down low, but just not quite.
She's going to go to the line for 2.
Just needs to do a few more curls with a few more weights on her off time.
It would have been a net she'd have had it over.
Oh, you're right. So terrific volleyball player, as we mentioned. Bergen misses that one. And her sister Reagan's another great volleyball player.
And where's she going where, Brett?
Well, she was at NDSU. Now she transferred to South Dakota State, so she's closer to home. And kind of wish she'd have went to USD, but
Bergen misses both here. 46-33, under 4 minutes now.
I'll forgive you, Reagan, for now.
Hey, we've got a big series this weekend tomorrow, Brett. We'll have to talk about that next time out.
Absolutely. Ooh, travel. Yep. There we go.
Well, a little dead ball action here. So tomorrow afternoon is what? South Dakota State travels to Vermilion to the Dome to take on your Coyotes, Brett, in ladies basketball? What time is that?
Boy, Dan, I have been so busy recently. It pains me to tell you, I don't really know for sure.
I think it's like 3 o'clock or something like that. Don't quote me. Bentley underneath.
Oh, Kira gets it back and blocked and fighting for it. What do we got, Dan? Help me out.
The O'Gorman ball.
Yeah.
They were.
Yeah. Kira had 3 opportunities that time. It's kind of fun to see the girls' faces as they're trying to get the ball up. These are right literally below where Dan and I are stationed. Here's Bergen all the way.
And the foul is on Faulkner, and Bergen's going to go to the line.
So they count they count at the basket. So Bergen has 9, Friedman has 9, Hannah has 10, Molly has 7. So pretty balanced attack. They don't have Kira on the board even though she's in the game. So Bergen makes that one. So she's now in double figures.
49-33, 3.5 to go here. Here's the press again. They break it that time easy.
So I think at this point it's more just a token press to take up a little time off the shot clock more than that heavy press they had in the first quarter.
Well, if we can hold them down to 30 seconds on the shot clock every possession here, that's gonna be huge.
Yeah, especially the Watertown needs to move fast right now, down 16. There's a 3 missed that time by Vulcan. Bergen pushes it up to Molly, the home run pass. Let's see if the Knights pull it back out now. Take some clock. There you go.
That's what Colesrude calls for. Bring it out, get it out, set it up, run the set. 20 on the clock.
We're going to do a clear out post up for Hannah Ronsick.
Oh, it's going to be foul on Young. Yes. Young with her 3rd.
And I think she tried to do one of my favorite old moves. It's kind of a move it's old school basketball. It's called pulling the chair. Where as a defender, you're guarding someone up close, and then you just kind of back up and let them fall over you, which I think happened, but they call her for a foul. Hannah makes the first free throw.
It's her first time to the line tonight.
So Ronsick averaging about 21.5 points a game, now has 11. Second one is no good.
She's about a 54% shooter from the line. It'll be.
Expect that percentage to go up as the season. I don't think she's got to the line too much.
Watertown ball
this year. She's 7 for 13 going into tonight's game. So that's only about 3-4 times a game. Here's Watertown breaking the press. Young for 3. They forgot about her out there. Missed it a little bit hard. Ronsick with the rebound. She'll get it across the front court.
We're going to work it around here.
That ball is off Maddie Rohde.
And Gorman stays with it.
So Lucy Moore in the game. I think this might be just for some more ball handling with Friedman out.
Friedman's going to take a breather.
2:15. O'Gorman up 50-33 on the inbounds. Kira gets it and scores it.
Bentley now at 10. 3 in double figures for the night. Turnover.
Here's Bergen, scores it.
54-33, under 2 minutes here in the game.
So Knights have just pulled away here in the fourth quarter. As Watertown got as close as 9, but that's as close as they got. Molly Abdouche, it's kind of now a big 6-7-8-0 run for O'Gorman. Now they're going to maybe go back. Lucy, I don't think heard Coach Mattis.
Schwingen's going to come in. Yep, he's going to. Peyton Peterson's going to come in, so next dead ball.
So missed shot, and you're going to see some 5 substitutions for O'Gorman. So 56-33 as the starters depart with a standing ovation for O'Gorman, and Coach McClemens is going to put his starters on the bench, bring in 5 new girls as well here in the last 120 with O'Gorman up 56-33.
And for the Knights, we got the sophomore Peyton Peterson, Schlimgen, number 23, Carson Schlimgen, number 4, Cecilia Bruns, number 21, Kennedy Renson for the Knights.
They will try to get to the Watertown girls once they get the ball, folks.
And Claire Benson, excuse me, that's your 5.
So Bruns with it. Over to Reentz. Might have double dribble, didn't call. Peterson for 3, got it! So Owang Okoye for Claire Benson.
So now everybody is played. Well, they got one left. Little Friedman still on the.
This game is a 26-point game now, and folks, it was a lot closer than it's going to end up being here. It was a 9-point game, I believe, Dan, here in the fourth quarter. It's just been all O'Gorman here in the last 3-4 minutes of the game.
Schlimgen just about got the turnover.
And
Kennedy gets the turnover. Yeah.
It's knocked away by Johnson at the end of the play.
And now Madeline Freeman's going to come in. He and his little sister, the 5'8" sophomore, is going to check in for Schlimgen.
So that's every girl, right? Got it, Dan?
Everybody's got playing time tonight.
So 39 seconds left. Reentz for 3. That bounced off a couple arrows.
O'Gorman ball.
Stay with the Knights. Sometimes these girls off the bench who don't normally play in the ball game, they don't know how to hold the ball. They're just going to get it up and they're just going to fire it. Which I guess I would too. If you don't get to play it a lot, why not? Ball, Bruns is tipped away by Johnson. O'Gorman will regain possession. There's no shot clock. We'll see if these girls will hold it or shoot a shot here. Peterson to Bruns. She'll shoot it. She'll score.
Bruns is on the score, the junior.
Why not? Cecily Bruns with the basket as the student chat section erupted for that one.
The crowd goes nuts here.
Peterson will fire it off the backboard.
And that's the final. 61-33. The Lady Knights prevail and take out the Watertown Arrows. And Watertown Arrow now has their first loss of the year. 61-33. We'll have it all for you here with an update up in Watertown, the boys, and give you a recap of tonight's game. You listen to Gorman Basketball on Real Presence Radio.
Your family is depending on you to provide financial security for them. The Knights of Columbus can help you with insurance solutions such as disability income, long-term care, both term and whole life, annuities, retirement, and estate planning services. Join the Knights of Columbus today at kfc.org/join us for access to all these insurance services. Call the BB Agency at 605-882-8689. That's 605-882-8689.
At Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, we are guided by one simple principle. We do what we say we're going to do. We believe in ensuring our customers are happy with the work we deliver. Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal was established in Sioux Falls in 1981 and has been involved with installing more than 100 million square feet of commercial roofing across the Midwest. We have worked on businesses including schools, universities, hospitals, churches, and factories. For more information, we can be reached at 605-331-5121 or online at guaranteeroofingsd.com.
Imagine A place where your child is always welcome, where faith and education go hand in hand, and character is developed through perseverance and service, ensuring a love of learning and a compassion for others, built on a foundation of Catholic values, where faith is not only talked about, but lived. Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, where you belong.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, welcome to the O'Gorman Knights Locker Room Show. Now, back to the gym.
Welcome back to O'Gorman High School. What a fabulous, hard-fought ball game for both teams. I tell you what, I can see why the Watertown Arrows were 5-0 coming in tonight. A scrappy, aggressive, well-coached team, and I tell you what, they never stopped. They never gave up to 1 second to that final buzzer, did they, Brett?
They didn't, and at the end of the day, Dan, it was just the O'Gorman skill level, the O'Gorman height, their athleticism is just too much for Watertown to overcome. You saw a lot of those extra chance points, those offensive rebounds where, like a Bergen, she would just stand up with her arms up, and she could still get the ball over these Watertown girls that are 5'7", trying to get those. And the second half was really the post players, Dan, that really kind of took over the game with the Friedman, Bergen, and Kira down low. They really, all three of them played pretty well, which you want to expect in this game where they have a big advantage. That's where they need to shine, and they did. And the Knights' defense, Dan, outstanding all game long. Watertown only averages about 46 points a game. We held them to 33, so we held them 13 under their average. But that press, that was in the first half really fun to watch, which caused Coach McClemens to call 4 timeouts. He only had 1 timeout left the whole basically second half. So it was something that kind of an eye-opening game, I'm sure, for Watertown, but for O'Gorman, it was a good win before the Washington, the big game Monday night, which is 1 versus 3, which O'Gorman probably will move up to 2 after Brandon Valley lost to Watertown, so it'll probably going to be 1 versus 2 Monday night.
But the rankings don't come out to what? Is it Monday or Tuesday?
It's Monday usually.
It's Monday they come out?
I don't know what time on Monday, but usually that's when they come out. But I was doing my math since Brandon Valley lost to Watertown, and they're 5-1 O'Gorman. Even though Brandon beat us, I would put us 2. But not that matters a ton right now at this point in the season, but O'Gorman did what they needed to do tonight, Dan. They came out kind of a slow start, 9-3 after the first quarter, and it was one of those games at halftime. Watertown was still hanging around, but then we had just you hit that third gear in that fourth quarter, and it was over quick.
Wow, and they put it in road gear in the fourth quarter. When
there you go.
You're talking gears. They put the pedal to the metal, and they took that 22 to 7 in the fourth that they took the Arrows here.
So Dan, can you let people know some of the scoring for O'Gorman? I think you might have that on your sheet.
So right now I have with 10 points. I got Kira Metley. We have Bergen Riley with 12, Hannah Ronzik with 10, Hannah Friedman with 11. So
very balanced. So 4 of the 5 starters. What did Molly end up with?
Molly ended up with
I'm guessing 7-ish?
9.
Oh, so we almost had the whole starting lineup in double figures.
Pretty much.
So O'Gorman winning this one 61-33. So the Knights are now 4-1 this season, protecting their home court. This is their 4th straight win. They lost here to Brandon Valley to start out the season 70-66, and since then they haven't had any close games. You remember, Dan, you said in the opening the last 3 wins for O'Gorman have been by an average of 33 points. Well, if my Nebraska math is right, they won by 28 tonight. So took it down a little bit, but 4 straight blowout wins.
Okay, let's give you an update up in Watertown. The Knights win 60-49 up in Watertown. Matt Ing, as we've been told, 24 points. Manny struck with 10. And tell you what, great win for both Knights tonight.
Absolutely. Now, Watertown Civic Arena, that's not an easy place to play if you don't play there often. I mean, I remember going there back our first year. We had a really good girls team, and it was a tough game there. So let me untape the mic here to get Coach Colesrud.
Coach Colesrud now joins us here.
Coach, there you go, Coach.
Very hard-fought tough game. Your girls just got to be exhausted right now.
It is. We knew this was going to be a battle. I have tremendous respect for Watertown, off to a 5-0 start. They're well coached. Coach Clemens does a great job. They just play so hard. They defend so well. They rebound so well. And they're very disruptive. So we knew it was going to be a battle. First half, I thought we did some good things defensively. I did not think we executed offensively very well. We were trying to run some specials and get some opportunities open. We just didn't have people in the right spot, or we didn't execute like we're capable of. Didn't get the ball into the paint like we needed to, and we just weren't strong with it like we had talked about on dribble penetration type of stuff. Challenged the kids at halftime a little bit, and boy, they did a nice job of responding in the second half and came away with a really nice win.
It felt like in the second half offensively, Coach, you did a really good job of isolating a single post player, like a 4-out, 1-in, whether it was Hannah Ronsick or whatever the case may be, and really getting good position. Even if the first shot wasn't made, you really crashed the boards hard in the second half. Just talk about kind of dominating the paint, I thought, in the second half.
We did, and that was something we talked about in pregame talk. We wanted to do a little bit sooner, but good news is we talked about it at half, and they responded. But, yeah, some kids doing a nice job of posting up strong. Good post passes inside, and a lot of times when we have those isolation opportunities inside, we have shooters coming off of double screens, so we have multiple different options. So just like I said, we did a better job of executing our stuff. Knocked in some shots, made some plays, finished in the post, got to the free throw line, got some transition baskets. We needed to find a way to get some easier baskets, and we finally did there. And a lot of that's credit to Watertown as well. They play hard, they play physical, they take some things away, but I thought our kids really responded well in the second half.
Coach, just talk about real quick on the beginning of the game and that press that you had against them. They had to take 3 timeouts in the first half just to basically get the ball over. And we haven't seen you guys play in a while, but in the 3 previous games we did see you play. It felt like tonight, especially in the first half, that was as effective as I've seen in person the press. What made it so effective tonight, do you think?
Yeah, from game 1 against Brandon Valley, it was a really, really good team, but we've just really grown and come a long ways. It's really disruptive in that pressure, starting with Bergen Riley on top. Boy, she does such a good job of getting her hands on balls, deflection, just tough to pass around. Molly and Hannah do a nice job of scrambling. We got back girls to protect, so it just is disruptive, and we're just doing a better job of, if we don't get a steal, or deflection or turnover, getting back and not giving up an easy basket. That was our issue the first couple of games was, we did some nice things in the full court, but then when they broke it, we gave up easy shots on the back end.
Yeah.
So, we don't want to gamble our life away. We want to try to see if we can't turn them over. If we don't, then get back to our 2-3 zone, which was really effective tonight as well.
Hey, Coach, one thing I thought going into tonight's game, with Watertown being 5-0, previous years, this Arrows team's only averaged 5 wins over the last 9 years. You could say this could be a look ahead of game to the Washington game Monday night with a team coming in at 5-0. It felt like, to me, it was probably good for your girls to give them a little bit extra incentive in this ball game to not take these girls lightly. Can you just talk about that mindset, and then also just real quick as you prepare for Washington Monday night, what's some of the things it's going to take to beat a really good Washington team?
We had tremendous respect for Watertown coming into the game. We weren't looking at Washington at all on Monday. We knew this was going to be a battle, and I think our kids had that mindset too. We just, like I said, we just didn't execute quite as well as we wanted to in the first half. I think they're ready to play. I thought they played hard. We just didn't do things that we normally do well in that first half. But again, they responded and came out with a really nice win against a good team that's really well coached and plays hard, and regroup a little bit and get ourselves ready for a great battle over at Sioux Falls, Washington on Monday against a great team who's also well coached, and it should be a fun atmosphere, a fun game.
We're looking forward to it, Coach. Thank you so much.
And that's an early game, folks. It's a 5:30 tip-off Monday night at Washington.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Coach. That was O'Gorman girls coach Kent Colesrud. His Knights victorious tonight, 61-33 over the Watertown Arrows. When Dan and I come back, we'll name our Pizza Ranch player of the game, and we got a lot of girls to choose from.
And
this might be a hard one, so find out in 60 seconds who that lucky girl is, and that's coming up after the break.
Real Presence Radio is available on Alexa-enabled devices, including Amazon Echo, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To enable the skill, just say, Alexa, enable Real Presence Radio. To listen, say something like, Alexa, open Real Presence Radio. It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, play Sioux Falls, or play AM 970, or play WWEN. From there, you can use commands like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Alexa-enabled devices.
Hi, this is Mark Holcraft.
And this is Dr. Joseph Holcraft. You know, Mark, Jesus asks 307 questions in sacred scripture. He has asked 183, of which he only answers 3. What's the business with all of this questioning going on in the Bible?
Well, Joe, there's a lot there, and we'll be ready to take that on. Tune in to hear about these questions and more on Awaken every second and fourth Wednesday at 7 a.m. Central here on Real Presence Radio Network.
All right, folks, let me turn my microphone on. Now it's time for our Knights Pizza Ranch on 41st Street Player of the Game. Dan Johnson, what is your verdict tonight?
So we went through and shuffled the cards, and we came out with, we're going to give it number 24, Kira Mentley, the 6-foot junior, 10 points. But the reason that we gave it to her, and I tell you what, there's 4 girls you give it to, but the reason that she stuck out is her defense and the way that she played that paint in the second half and went to the basket.
Played so aggressive. I loved it.
That's where she was all over it and stuff. So that's what stuck out to me. Nothing against the other ladies; they all played fabulous. But Kira Mentley, to me, played a little bit better and was the player of the game. So tonight's Sioux Falls O'Gorman Knights Player of the Game was brought to you by Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street here in Sioux Falls. Pizza Ranch has a daily buffet and a fun zone for the kids to play. Pizza Ranch can be reached by calling 271-8646 directly across from 41st and Kiwanis from Gorman High School here in the south side on 41st Street. We thank Pizza Ranch for sponsoring the O'Gorman Knights Players of the Game.
Thank you, Dan Johnson. Congratulations to Kira Mentley, tonight's Pizza Ranch Player of the Game. We'll take a break, come back for our final scoreboard update, also our closing comments. That's still to come here from O'Gorman High School. This is Brett Byler and Dan Johnson with Real Presence Radio.
Real Presence Radio is available on Google Assistant devices, including Google Home, phones, tablets, and smart displays. To start this action, say something like, "Okay, Google, talk to Real Presence Radio." It will then ask what station you want to play, to which you can respond, play Sioux Falls, or play AM 970, or play WWEN. From there, you can use words like play, pause, and stop. Listen to RPR anytime, anywhere on Google Assistant devices.
Early in his time as the new bishop of the Diocese of Sioux Falls, Bishop Donald DeGrood sensed in prayer the vision that the Lord has for the diocese in our time: lifelong Catholic missionary discipleship through God's love. That is, for each and every Catholic in eastern South Dakota to receive God's love, to be in personal relationship with Jesus Christ, and to share that love with others. Find out more at sfcatholic.org/vision and discover the exciting and beautiful part you have to play in God's plan.
Real Presence Radio will be broadcasting an estimated 42 Sioux Falls O'Gorman girls and boys basketball games from the middle of December 2021 to the middle of March 2022. Tune into the RPR network on 94.5 FM Sioux Falls, 91.3 FM Hartford, online at realpresenceradio.com, on our free mobile app, and on YouTube at Real Presence Radio Sioux Falls. If your business would like to sponsor our O'Gorman basketball broadcast, contact me, Brett Byler, at 605-670-8333.
Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street in Sioux Falls offers a daily buffet featuring a variety of pizza choices, salad bar, and chicken. Pizza Ranch has a spacious dining room as well as 8 party rooms that fit different group sizes. Their online menu provides another option for their customers to order from. Pizza Ranch is located across from O'Gorman High School on 41st Street and can be contacted by calling 271-8646. Pizza Ranch is a strong supporter of O'Gorman Knights athletics and activities.
Okay, welcome back here. Here's the other scores that went across the state tonight. So let's go AA girls. Yankton was Mitchell. Yankton 1-3 and Mitchell 1-4. Yankton 53, Mitchell 50. Yankton 56, Mitchell 53. Over at Sioux Falls, Roosevelt. Stevens came to town, 61-46 over Roosevelt. Central came to town to take on Jefferson. Central is number 4. They were 4-0. Jefferson knocks them off 41-38. Jefferson now 4-3 on the year. And Brookings, Brandon Valley, number 2, Brandon Valley, 62, Brookings, 43. Washington was idle tonight. They actually go to Pierre to play the Lady Governors tomorrow night in Pierre. So Washington's going to be a little bit tired after a long bus ride out and long bus ride home for a Monday night game. So that's going to be to the kind of the Knights' advantage.
Should be.
Think.
Yep.
And then in boys, of course, the Gorman boys won 60-49 up in Watertown, and we have the double headers. Roosevelt on top of Stevens, 13-5 in the second, and the Brookings-Brandon Valley game has been postponed. Mitchell-Yankton game, that's just getting started, and the Jefferson Central game over Jefferson just getting started. So that's update there, what's going on across the state. So.
All right, thank you, Dan Johnson. And looking forward to tomorrow, January 8th. The wrestling invite will be at Brandon Valley, so Gorman Wrestlers will be at Brandon Valley. That starts at 9 a.m. Gymnastics team will be at Power and Grace at 4 o'clock. And then coming up Monday, it's the big one. It's the doubleheader, O'Gorman boys and girls against Sioux Falls, Washington at Washington High School. The girls' game will tip off around 5:30 p.m. We'll probably go on the air around 5:10 for that one. And then the boys' game will follow, probably tipping off around 7 p.m. Dan and Isaac will have the call of that one. That will be a radio broadcast only, so you can tune into 94.5, 91.3 FM, also on our mobile app, and then also on our website, realpresenceradio.com. Click on 91.3 FM.
And the Washington boys, they're at home tomorrow night against Pierre.
They are, yep.
Both Washington teams have games against Pierre tomorrow night, and both of the nights are off. So, again, it's going to be. And
they both played last night, too, so it'll be 3 games. So O'Gorman for Monday for Washington boys and girls will be their 3rd game in 5 days for both squads.
The Washington boys, because I saw them up north in Watertown. They were headed to Aberdeen last night, and they beat Aberdeen. So I saw them up there yesterday afternoon. So, but final thoughts, Brett?
Well, it was a game that kind of started out kind of slow for both squads. I want to say a lot of jump balls, a lot of missed shots, and then in the second half, O'Gorman took advantage of their size, which I kind of thought they might do a little bit earlier, but took them a half, and they really dominated inside with Mentley, Riley, and Friedman, and then their defense was suffocating all night long. This really giving Watertown a lot of problems with their press in the first half, a lot of offensive rebounds. Overall, a pretty good performance by the O'Gorman girls. Get 2 days of rest, and then look forward to seeing them at Sioux Falls, Washington, Monday night.
So the Gorman Knights, Lady Knights improved to 4-1 with a 61-33. Now Watertown goes to 5-1. So for Brett Byler, Isaac Struck's up in Watertown, so we thank him for the updates for the boys. And, of course, the Gorman boys won 61-33 up in Watertown. So for Brett Byler, Isaac Struck, on Dan Johnson, God bless. We'll talk to you Monday, early evening from Washington High School here in Sioux Falls.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Go Knights.
From the Real Presence Radio Network, O'Gorman Knights basketball has been brought to you in part by
Catholic Family Services, Catholic Community Foundation of Eastern South Dakota, Jardine Construction, Barnett Vision Clinic, Bishop O'Gorman Catholic Schools, Sioux Equipment Company, Closets and More and JMJ Caseworks, the BB Agency, Knights of Columbus Insurance, Pizza Ranch and Fun Zone Arcade on 41st Street, Guarantee Roofing and Sheet Metal, and Barnett Lewis Funeral Home.
The preceding O'Gorman Knights activity has been a special presentation of the Real Presence Radio Network.